Hello? Hold on. Hold on. It's been like more than a week. I don't remember what I was doing, and I don't know how to play this game anymore. Um, what's up? I don't. I didn't remember what I did last week, but I wasn't even that busy. It just like ended up being like every day I couldn't get much sleep after I got home from work, and then would wake up super late. Like I would either get to bed too late or like get disturbed over and over again and just give up until I could actually fall asleep.
My stomach's growling. Could we get a bite to eat,
Um,
please?
Like tonight was even kind of like that, but I felt fine. I should have streamed earlier, but I kind of like wasted time on my phone when I woke up and just like kind of procrastinated eating. And then by the time I ate and all that stuff, it was like 9:30, and I was like, oh, because I woke up at like 8:30. What else? I started playing Baldur's Gate 3 with my brothers. So I would have streamed this weekend. I literally would have streamed yesterday and the day before. Not Baldur's Gate, but this. But one of them was like, "Hey, you gonna play Baldur's Gate 3?" And I was like, "Yeah, but not yet." And he's like, "We should play together." And I was like, "Okay, if you guys want to play, I'll play." And so I started playing it because I was gonna, yeah, I don't know, like I got the game, but I was like, I'll play it after I finish this, or after I finish this and one other game or something, you know, put something in between two very long experiences. But then him asking, I was like, oh, well then, I guess I'm playing Baldur's Gate now. And it's really cool. I like it a lot. It's it's like, I don't know, everything I was hoping, which is just Divinity Original Sin 2, but better. Or, well, I don't know if I would say better yet. But just more of that. And it's fun. And it's fun playing with my brothers because, like, I don't know. I was kind of planning to, like, do my first run by myself. But I also didn't think they would be into it. But one of them asked, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know you cared. And then I asked the other one, and like I was kind of expecting him to say yes too, but it was like, okay, finally we have something we're gonna play together. Because, like, I don't know, every now and then we'll play a game and then someone will fall off and get bored or whatever. Usually me. But so far, I don't know. Well, the only thing is it's gonna be hard to coordinate. That's why I'm playing this tonight, is because we're not playing Baldur's Gate 3, or else I wouldn't have streamed tonight. That's what's gonna be kind of I was gonna say annoying, but not annoying, just like disturbing the streams. It's like another thing to just mess up my stream schedule, which is like not even a schedule anymore because it's so inconsistent. It's literally like once or twice a week. But I don't know, like I don't remember last week. I don't really have much going on. And on Friday I got home super early. I got home at like 4 instead of 6 because I had to do something. Like I had to leave work to do a job, like to do work. Like I had to leave the office, and then from there I was like, I mean, I talked about it with my supervisor beforehand, but it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this and then just go home after, instead of coming all the way back here, sitting here for like 45 minutes and then driving an hour back home, because I'll be like 20 minutes away from home already. So, and she was like, yeah, yes, on a Friday, yeah, go ahead. But what was it? Yeah, I got home at like 4, and then I was all excited because I was like, dude, I'm home at 4. I'm gonna get like a good chunk of sleep, and you know, stream all night, and then I didn't go to sleep until like 8. Like I just kept doing stuff and staying up all night, or not staying up all night, but like staying up all throughout the afternoon and evening that I was going to sleep through, and then yeah, I didn't go to sleep till like, well, I went to sleep at like 8 and then woke up at like midnight or something and was like, well, I'm not streaming tonight. I probably like, woke up at like 10 or 11, but either way it was too late. And yeah, I was just like, man, what a waste. I finally get off early, because I literally can't ever leave early because I'm the only help desk person, so I have to be there as long as people are there. Because if I'm not, then if someone has something that happens at the last, you know, 30 minutes of the day or something, they're just out of luck. But what was it? Yeah, I don't know. I was annoyed that I didn't stream on Friday, but I was expecting to stream on Saturday and Sunday, so I was like, whatever, I missed Friday, but I'll stream tomorrow and Sunday, and then I play Baldur's Gate instead. I could have streamed last night, actually, after we were done playing, because we finished around like 9-ish, 9:30-ish or something. But I was exhausted. Just like, I hadn't slept. Like, I slept that, not like Saturday night or whatever. But I didn't get like a nap in during the day. And I was like, and I'm probably not going to go to sleep until, you know, midnight, 1 a.m. anyway. So I'm only going to get 5 or 6 hours of sleep, and I'm going to be tired, and whatever. I was tired, and whatever. But yeah, like I was saying, I thought we were going to play tonight, but we didn't. Or we aren't, obviously. So here I am. It sucks because I wish, like, that's what, like, I keep saying it sucks. It's not that it sucks. It's just like having to give up playing Baldur's Gate on stream. Because I was actually considering rotating, like playing this some days and Baldur's Gate other days, just like back and forth. But now that I'm playing with my brothers, I don't want to stream it at all, because I feel like it'd be frustrating to watch. Because we're not very, like, we're not like min-maxing and all that. We're just having a good time. And it's also kind of frustrating sometimes, because one of them is like, I don't know what he's trying to do or what he's doing. He's kind of like figured it out, or like stopped. That's cute. But he's playing a cleric, and at the very beginning of the game, like for our first session, basically, or first 2 sessions, he was just like robbing everybody and stealing everything and killing everybody, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing? And it was getting kind of annoying, and then he stopped doing it, and I was like, okay, finally. Hold on, my eyelashes keep getting stuck. But the other thing is, like, it's like a lot of people talking all at once, and it's, I don't know, I feel like it wouldn't be a good stream. Not that, like, I don't know, I'm like worried about the quality of my streams or something, but I mean, I am, but I don't know. I guess, like, the thing is, like, I wouldn't want to watch it. So I wouldn't want to stream it. Anyway, I do remember what I was doing last. We picked up Juniper. Why did everybody die? Oh, can they not ride the thing? They just walk off and die? Anyway, let me pick up all this stuff and do all this. 50 glare Aubreys?
data. Got it all memorized.
Anyway.
Sounds like a scoop.
Oh, never mind. He's got more to say. Oh, I watched Evo over the weekend. Mostly just Eris's stream, his restream of Evo. But it was pretty fun. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't watch much of Evo last year or the year before. Basically, like since COVID. Just because it's been kind of neutered. But it was, I don't know, it was more fun this year than I remember in recent years. But it might have been just because I was watching Eris. Why does everyone have one of these? Dude, and they're not even like connected. They're all like one out of one. Are these people like that important? Like, did they? It doesn't seem like they actually put that much effort into this section. Like, it feels like it's just another hero quest, another hero to pick up. And they're kind of, I don't know, I guess they have their whole little, like, we're suicidal thing, but I feel like it didn't really, I don't know. I guess all the areas are like this. They have, like, you know, a few side quests that come with it. Dude, my eyelashes keep getting stuck. I hate them. I hate them. What are they saying? I don't want to talk to NPCs anymore. Man, they had to make that a thing. Anyway, I guess I didn't really talk about what I'm playing in Baldur's Gate. I just talk about one of my brothers. I'm playing a monk. I was kind of like stuck on, I didn't know if I want to play monk, ranger, bard, or rogue. I really wanted to play bard, but I realized it wasn't going to work with the way my brothers play, which is just fight everything, kill everything. Hardly any, like, what's the word? Diplomacy. At least one of them. The other one seems to go either way. But I was like, playing a bard is not gonna be like that. Is not gonna work. I mean, maybe it will because, you know, they're fighting all the time. But also, I don't know. Like, if I'm playing a bard, I want to play, like, not like a combat bard, I guess. Like, I would still have combat stuff, but I would want to mostly just talk my way through everything. But like I said, I felt like that wasn't gonna be compatible. So I figured I should play something that can fight, and then monk sounded the coolest. Because I want to fight with my fist, even though I'm not really fighting with my fist right now. These people are weird. They were so, like, depressed and suicidal. And we're like, hey, we're going to cut your flame clock. And all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know what? We love living. We're going to go everywhere and do everything and, you know, fight back and blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Because they were like, who cares if our flame clock is gone? There's still no point to living.
Let's
Anyway.
rest and heal up.
Hold on. I felt a hair that's like backwards in my hair. No, I can't find it. Do I have like 5 of them? Yeah. Ugh.
Shall we put our heads together on this?
And it's like when I was talking about it, I think the last time I played this, or the time before or something, I was like, yeah, I like all the side quests because they feel more meaningful than the last 2 games. And then they gave me this one where it's just like kind of the same quests I've already done, and more of them at once. A harvest festival. Juniper's very cute.
Let's have a little huddle up.
I'll talk more about Baldur's Gate 3 after this. Okay, we're looking for some dude.
Everyone, a moment of your time?
So I guess we can make more of those rope zip lines.
Let's have a little huddle up.
They bury their people instead of off-scene. Send off our off-seer that we never used. Why didn't she say heaven? Or they, whatever.
Shall we put our heads together on this?
It's just like, oh, I heard that there's a nice place to go where you, after you die, if that place exists. But no one wanted to say heaven. Food stocks are tight this time of year, even though we're about to have a harvest festival. Oh, they feed the Turkins. The Turking. Tau Turkin Alliance. That's kind of cute. Alright, maybe I was wrong saying that it's a lot of the same quests. I just think They kept talking about harvesting and stuff, and I was like, okay, we already did a farming chunk. Oh, I was gonna grab all those items first. What's up, Aiko? How are you? How have you been in this week plus? I think the last time I streamed was Saturday. Not this Saturday from last week. July 29th. Yeah. 2 Saturdays ago. I already talked about it earlier, but I don't know. I know some days were busy last week, but there are definitely days I could have streamed, especially Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday I was playing Baldur's Gate with my brothers, so you probably can't see this, but I grabbed like a bunch of hairs. I don't even know why I tried showing it. I washed my hair this morning, so like a lot of times right after, like when I wash my hair, I get a lot of the loose hairs out, but then also like all throughout the day after, there's like every time I just kind of like run my fingers through my hair, I grab like another wad or so, like 4 or 5 hairs, and then that just happens all day until it stops. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Last week was kind of annoying because I don't know. I just like kept waking up too late or going to sleep too late to wake up too late, and then not streaming. Like that's what I'm saying. Friday I could have streamed, but like I got home at 4 instead of 6 like I usually do, and I didn't go to sleep until 8 because I just kept doing stuff or like wasting time, and then I realized it was 8 o'clock, and I was like, oh god, I want to stream, and then I went to sleep and woke up at like 11 or 12 or something. I was just like, well, never mind. And then Saturday and Sunday, I was saying it earlier, I was planning to stream all throughout the weekend, but one of my brothers was like, hey, are you getting Baldur's Gate 3? And I was like, I already have it, but I'm not going to play it anytime soon. And he's like, let's play. And I was like, okay. And then I asked my other brother if he wanted to play too, and he was like, yep. And so then we played that all weekend long. We played like, hold on, let me look. 15 hours, 16 hours, I guess. 15.9. So like almost 8 hours a day. I guess like a few hours of that is my own time, because I spent like a few hours in the character creator before we started. Running a raid right now. Good feeling about the new Hollow Yen gen. I've only watched Bijou and Fuamoko, the dog girls. I saw clips from the other girls. But Bijou and the dogs are the cutest ones, and so those are the ones I'll probably end up watching the most out of this gen, but they definitely are, well, okay, there's more for me in this gen than the last gen, because, I mean, Sana from, what were they called? I don't remember what their gen's called. I know Myth is the first gen. Council. But Sana was the only one I really liked, and she's gone, so there's nothing there for me. But in this one, and those two, the dogs. Shiori's weird in a good way. I think they're fine. I don't like dislike them. It's just they're not the other two. Am I missing one? Hold on. Oops. 3. Oh no, 2. Yeah, I saw the twins or the dogs are together. I like Shiori's look. I guess I like all their looks, but Shiori and Narissa, like the little bits, like skimming through their debuts and then the little clips I've seen since, I'm like, they're not doing it for me. But Bijou and Fuwawa and Mokoko are very cute. I was gonna say the Fuwamoko, the dogs, they're They are the what was it? The girls, those two girls, the traveler, whatever. It's like Nippon something or something Nippon. Hold on. So there's a game, and I think I have the game. Hold on. Is it Go Go Nippon? My first trip? Yeah. I don't remember when I got this game, but I know I got it as like a part of. Oh yeah, and they graduated in October, so it's almost been a year. I guess it's only been like 9 months or whatever. Anyway, when I heard their voices, well, one of them I recognized, the like more tomboyish sounding one, or the more tomboyish one. Uh, I was like, that's definitely her. And the other one, I was like, I assume that's the other girl, just because. Why would they do a paired up thing if it's not gonna be the pair? Had a stream where she was looking at bugs under a microscope. Wait, that sounds kind of cool. Hold on. Oh, wait, microscope stream. I see this now. Okay, hold on. I might watch that later. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, whatever. When I realized it, and then I was like on the VTuber threads on 4chan, 4channel. Uh, everyone else realizing it, like it's them. It was just like kind of hyped to be like, oh, they're back. They actually got picked up. Because it was super sad. Like I didn't even watch them that much. Like I'd seen clips of them, and I would like tune in every now and then to their like streams when they were doing the Go Go Nippon stuff. But I never really, I don't know, like I watched them, like I didn't really watch them that much. It was always just like when I would see them pop up, like when I would see someone make a thread or something, or they would show up in a thread, uh, and someone was like, oh, they're doing this, and I'm like, oh, I'll check that out. And then they graduated, and it was like, dang, dude, very sad, because like, I don't know, like it didn't really seem like they needed to graduate. I don't know, but it was still sad. I feel like every graduation is super sad though, unless the person is like graduating to then reincarnate somewhere else immediately. Um, but uh, but yeah, like I was saying, it was pretty hype to be like, whoa, it's them. They're back. They survived. They made it. Um, oh, let me finish this. I'd accept a Turkin's help right now. Aren't they? They have an alliance with Turkins. Man, I just thought about work. Like I haven't really talked about work. And I like in my head I was like, man, like I was just thinking of like what do I got to do tomorrow? I was like, oh, I got a meeting tomorrow, dude. I hate like working in an office environment. It's like I wish I could just be left alone. Like I know my job is to help people, but I mean like stop making me go to meetings and stuff because like they're just a waste. Like I mean everyone complains about meetings being a waste of time, but like they're literally like this meeting. It's a weekly meeting that is like literally a waste of time. It's literally just like we get in a call and look at our tickets and are like, okay, what are the tickets that we have open right now? And it's just like, okay, what's the status on this ticket? What's the status on this ticket? And like 90% of like we have 40 tickets open right now, and like 35 of them are like, yeah, I don't know. It's just been open for, and they're not even mine. Like 5 of them, I guess, are mine. I have 10 tickets or like 8 tickets to myself right now, like assigned to me, and the other 32 are to my supervisor and the contractor, and they're like every time like I run the meetings now and I'm like, okay, what's the status on this? And they're just like waiting on this person, or oh, I gotta get to that. And it's just like, why do we even talk about this? Because then it gets to my tickets and it's just like, oh yeah, it's scheduled for tomorrow or scheduled for a couple days from now or like whatever. Like my tickets are always like moving, but all of their tickets are just like, and I'm just like, what a waste of time. Like all this meeting is just me saying like, yeah, my tickets are moving and your guys's aren't. And I've been here for, this is my eighth week, and it's been the same every single week. And I complained about, I talked about it at the very beginning of starting this job, and talking about it now. It's like, no, all those tickets that they had when I showed up are still there because they're not doing them, and they're gonna eventually pass them to me. But it's still like, whatever. I was just thinking though, like that thought just popped up. Like that's the one thing is like having this job. There's just like this, not even like dread, but like some days I'm just like, man, I hate how I don't want to go to work tomorrow because I just don't want to sit in a meeting, or I don't want to, I don't know, deal with whatever I have going on tomorrow. And then I get to work and it's fine. Like today was so nice. Like today was just chill. Not very, like the most I had to do was just reset some passwords. And I got to do, I got to work on my tickets and do, my own thing. I watched a lot of streams. Like I put on a few streams throughout the day just to watch, because I was literally like just doing some kind of what's the word, tedious tasks, and it was just like, well, I'm gonna have this on as I wait for things to load, because one of the things I was doing was like just like logging into every server we have to turn off a certain thing, and then and it was like, it's just like logging in, so waiting for the server, like waiting to log in, waiting for my login, to go through into the server, and then clicking the thing, closing it, and then logging out, and then opening the next one, and just doing that over and over again. So as I'm waiting in between, I'm just watching whatever. And then I had a PC to diagnose, basically, which that's the part I love the most, is when someone's like, my PC doesn't work, and I'm like, give it to me, and then I open it up and I'm like, look at this. It's like I'm literally a surgeon. And yeah, whatever. The one I had today it was from last week. It's from Friday, and it was so annoying. It was so annoying because the guy doesn't even come into the office anymore, or like ever really. So I was like, I don't even know how long this has been here like this, but I was literally in my office, and my supervisor came over and was like, hey, come here, I want to show you something. And I was like, okay, and I walked with her, and she's like, she pointed at his desktop, like at his desk, and his monitor was just showing like, I think it was like blue screen, like with the windows, like the little sad face or whatever. And it was just sitting like that. And she's like, yeah, I was walking by and I just noticed it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I sat down and just like took a look at it. But it was like 4 p.m. And I was like, I might not be able to figure this out before the end of the day. So I'm going to have to work on this on Monday. And then that's what I did today. Well, part of what I did today was just like took that, cracked it open, because like I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. It wouldn't boot. And so, well, like once, yeah, it would go into Windows like recovery or Windows startup recovery, but then it wouldn't boot past that, or wouldn't like let me do anything past that. And so I was like, well, now I gotta look at what's going on in here. And I opened it up, and there's 2 hard drives in there, and one of them is just unplugged. And I was like, what the heck? And so like I plugged in the other hard drive, and like whatever, I just like had to troubleshoot it, or I was troubleshooting it, and I kept like, I don't know. I think the CMOS is dead, or is dying, the battery. So I'll probably just have to get a new battery. I mean, I should probably just give it a new PC, because this thing's from 2014. But I like backed up some of the data on one of the hard drives, but they're 2 separate hard drives. And that's what I'm talking about. Is like someone at some point was like, okay, I'm gonna put it in a new hard drive and just unplug the other one. And then the new one, like they both have Windows on them. They both have operating systems on them. I don't know who, like, dude, I don't know who did it or why. So it's a hard drive, it's an HDD and an SSD, and the HDD is the older one, the one that was unplugged. But I was like, oh, maybe like whatever moron like did this, forgot to plug the HDD back in, and then just didn't finish the job. Like in my head, I was like, oh, the SSD is like just more storage. It doesn't have the operating system on it. That's why it won't boot. Uh, and the HDD is the operating system, which is like it should be the other way, but I don't know. But that's just like what I was thinking. Anyway, here I go talking about work when I hadn't talked about work. Um, but uh, most recent thing you did to a PC was take out a video card or take a video card out because the onboard video was better. The onboard video was better. That must be like a very old card, video card, or a very new CPU, or both. Um, but GT 710. Wow. I have a box for like a GT 7 something in my office, and I was like just going through cabinets, and I was like, why is this box even here? Like, who kept the box uh for this long? Excuse me. Like, someone kept this box, and it's just been in this little cabinet or whatever for however long. 10th or 9th gen i3. Jeez. Wait. Wait, hold on. Excuse me. GT 710 came out in 2016. 9th gen. Just trying to see when the 9th gens came out. 9th, 10. Oh, okay, yeah, they're a few years newer. Um, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't know. Like going through all my stuff in my office, I'm just like boxes for super old things, PCs with super old hardware, and I'm just like, why do we still have this? Like, why didn't someone yeah, whatever. A lot of my job so far has been just cleaning up what everyone else has been too lazy to do, and it's very frustrating. On top of all my other duties, which, like, I think I said it last stream, but they keep giving me more and more stuff that I'm like, dude, this is not what I'm getting paid for. Like, they need to pay me more if they're gonna make me like do all this security stuff, all this like all this management stuff when I'm just supposed to be the help desk guy. But once I hit my 90 days and they're like, they decide whether they're gonna keep me or what they actually want me to do and all that, or like respec me. I don't know what a word, respecialize me, I guess, or like give me another specialization. Because they last time I talked to my manager, she was like, yeah, you know, maybe once you're done with your 90 days, we can get you on the IS side and do like a 90-day thing for that. And I was just like, bro, I don't want to do IS. And if I do, they have to pay me more. Like, once I get my 90 days, once I hit 90 days, I'm gonna be like, hey, you guys gotta give me more money. And then if they're like, hey, we want you to do IS too, I'm gonna be like, you guys gotta give me like double the money. Because I'm not gonna do 2 jobs for less than what the one job should be paying. Need to get a video card soon. Dropping to 8 FPS in Mythic Dungeons. Man, WoW doesn't even run that heavy. Or at least last time I played, it wasn't that like demanding. That's the thing with Baldur's Gate, is like Baldur's Gate 3. Well, if I try to like run it at like 165 FPS, it like maxes out my GPU. But if I go to 60, it's like 30 to 40% of my GPU. And I'm like, dang, dude, this game, like with everything on ultra, except for like ambient occlusion and a few things that are just like, I hate them. Like bloom, like all these, like, I don't know, I'm sure some people like them, but I'm just like, these are annoying. They are not immersive. They're ugly. um, but yeah, I was surprised at how well Baldur's Gate 3 actually runs. Um, but what was I saying? I was talking about that desktop I was working on. I still got to do a little bit more tomorrow to figure out what the issue is, but I think it's just like a dying CMOS battery and it's causing boot issues. Because both of those hard drives have Windows on them. And then like I like there was like one instance where I booted it up once I like plugged in both hard drives and only the hard drive showed up. The SSD didn't show up as like a disk at all, like as a drive, and I was just like, like what's going on here? And then I was like, I realized, I thought about it, and I was like, maybe they're both trying to be the C drive, and that's why, like, it won't show up. But then I like turned it off and like fiddled around with it some more and turned it back on, and then they both showed up. Like, well, it booted into the hard drive. Like I went to the boot menu and I was like, okay, I can see both drives, so they're both there. But I made the hard drive, the HDD, the like priority, like because it was defaulted to the SSD basically. I mean, I could have just like switched their ports, like switched which SATA like slots they were plugged into. But I didn't want to like unplug it while it was on. Like I went into the boot menu and I was like, oh, I should have plugged them in the other way. So I just like moved it in the boot menu. And then when it booted to the HDD, I could see the SSD that time, and I was like, why? Like it shouldn't have worked, or it should have worked the last time. So like I don't know. There's like something funky, and the PC is so old. I was just like, well, let me just get some of this data off, and then I'll see what I can do tomorrow. Because it's not really worth investing too many like because I was talking to the contractor I work with last week on Friday when I was like trying to figure out what was wrong with it in the first place. I was like, yeah, I can't get past the startup repair thing, and he's like, yeah, it sounds like it's not bootable. It doesn't have like a boot, like it's not a bootable drive. And I was like, yeah, but like would it even go into the startup repair if that was true? Like it wouldn't get to this, I don't think. And he's like, I don't know, you should take the drive out and like see what you can get off of it and then put a new one in there. And I was like, all right. And now I'm like, I don't even think it's worth putting a new one in there. Just order a new PC. Only one dungeon that runs really bad. Dungeon from 2010 because the boss fights being particle heavy. Well, you should upgrade, save up, build a whole dang PC. I'm trying to think. I was gonna suggest I was gonna say I can look up what I built for like both my brothers, my little brothers. Well, I say both, but my youngest brothers, I built them a PC, and then the second oldest one, the one who's like right under me, I built him almost the exact same thing that they have. He just has, I think, a better CPU. But he can run Baldur's Gate 3 almost on all ultra settings, 60 FPS, and I'm sure it could handle WoW. And it was only $1,000. Like I think it was like a little over 1,000 because he had like some extra peripherals and things that he wanted. That kind of put the price over, but at this point, I think there's like newer stuff out that you could get for the same price, better stuff, for the same price or less, maybe even, or you can get the same build for less. But I would have to like look into that if you would want that. I don't know what your budget is like, so I don't know what to suggest. We have to go into the forest. Spud Patrol.
Let's dig up some spongy spuds.
Oh. Why'd they say into the forest? Or do we have to go into the forest after this?
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
Investigate the specified objects. Oh, I've been meaning to the Mio line where she's like, "What are you hiding, little guy?" When you open up a chest. I've been meaning to cut that out and make it an alert because it's extremely cute. It's been in my head like forever. Like I think about it just randomly, and it makes me want to play the game. And I haven't played. That's like the thing. Is like I like this game a lot. And so like every time I don't stream it, I'm just like, man, I want to play. Like I'm like so tempted to open the game up and just like run around and play it, but there's nothing I can really do without progressing because like everywhere you go, there's a million cutscenes, and so like I can't touch or do anything because it's gonna I'm gonna miss a cutscene. PC's decent, 11th gen i5, 16 gigs of DDR4, 500 gig SSD, 2 terabyte hard drive. Rent to own an RTX A2000. That's what I was saying. Isn't the A2000 like I was saying? I think we talked about the A2000 last time, or maybe not last stream, but before. The A2000s, aren't those like a smaller card? Yeah. I would say, I mean, I guess it depends on what you want, or what you're trying to do. But I also don't know how much space you have. I think I said the same thing last time, but I would just like hold out until I could get like a full-size desktop case and card and all that stuff instead of kind of just being restricted to a small motherboard and case. Because then you just have less room for upgrades further down the line.
Let's report back to Castle.
But I don't know. I guess it's just like a philosophy. That's like I've always been like buy like a big case and not like an extra large case, but just like a full like a case that's gonna fit every motherboard basically. So that in the future, I don't know, like the case isn't the most important part, but I don't know. I've always been like, buy a big case, like invest in the case, so that you always have room to put whatever you want in there instead of having a small case and being restricted. Because then you're limited like forever. Like I don't know. You can't put a 3080 in there ever. Oh yeah, very little space for a larger case. Well then, never mind. I mean, I'm sure you could figure out space for it. Just lay it on its side and put your feet on it, sit on it. I'm kidding. But I don't know. I guess like an A2000 is fine. I remember what's the I know there's like A4000s, right? I think it's like one of the newer ones, or like the better, like the best ones out or something. Because I think that's what's in. I was working on a desktop last week.
Gotta keep nice and limber.
Huh? Hey, did you guys hear something? Right.
Oh.
What have we got around here?
4 inches of clearance. I mean, but that's what I was saying is like, yeah, I don't know. If you don't have room for a bigger case, then you are kind of stuck like that. But, if you could find, I don't know, a way to fit like a slightly taller, thicker case, you have more options. Because cases aren't even that expensive. Like, I mean, I guess, well, if you're already buying a card, like a graphics card, like another $100 for a bigger case isn't that much. But I guess you would also have to get, you'd have to get a new motherboard and all that stuff. I mean, I guess, I don't know what, I don't know how, like, smaller motherboards fit bigger graphics cards. Like, I don't know if they're compatible. I've never really thought about it and never had to try it. I don't know. But the A4000, I don't know, like I know it's supposed to be very good. But the like the director, the head of IT, whatever. I'm just gonna call him the head of IT from now on. The head of IT at my job, he brought me this desktop with 2 A4000s in it, and he was like, "Hey, can you get this ready? Like, image it and get it ready to deploy at, you know, our like one of our like security operations centers." And I was like, "Okay, like, just tell me what the accounts need to be, and yeah, I'll get it taken care of." And as I was messing with it, I was like, "Dude, why like he's like, I think I've talked about it before. I was gonna say I think I've talked about it before. I've definitely talked about it before. He's so like wasteful with money and spending, but it's like I don't know. He's a rich kid. He's a millionaire because of his parents. So like he doesn't know, not even like know the struggle, but he doesn't know like, I don't know, how to spend money wisely, I guess, because he's never had to think about it. But like it's a security operations center. Why do they need 2 A4000s to just watch cameras? Like, dude, like, cause that's literally what it is. He's like, yeah, you know, he was like bragging about it, like, yeah, you know, it's got 2 graphics cards in it. Like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about, but he's like, it's got 2 graphics cards in it because they're gonna need 7 monitors and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, I mean, I get the monitors things, but I guess you would need 2 graphics cards for like for 7 monitors, because I don't know if there's a single graphics card out there that has 7 ports, even if you use every single, like if you use all the DVI and display ports and HDMI ports and all that stuff. Like if you use every single option, I don't know if there's anything out there that has 7 ports. But I was still like, but 2 A4000s, like that's a waste. Give me those. Like, let me take one. But because they have 5 ports on them. I think it's 5. So like, I don't know. It just seems so wasteful. But like, they have 4 ports. Okay. So you can put 8 on there if you wanted to. Excuse me. But it was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, if you're a security operations center, sure, you want, you know, a monitor for every camera, but I feel like you could get away with, like, if you have 8 cameras, just do 4 monitors and put 2 cameras per monitor. Like, I feel like I've seen plenty of setups for security where they just have 1 monitor with all, you know, all the cameras all at once. Because that's like how our front desk is. The front desk kind of watches our cameras. Like, whichever girl's sitting there is just like, you know, she has like 1 monitor with all the cameras on it, and then the other monitor has like her email or whatever else she's, YouTube or whatever she's doing. And like I've been on that machine to like help fix it, and I've seen the cameras, and like, you don't need, like, you have 1 monitor with all the cameras and you can see all of them clearly and fine enough that like it just seems like such extravagance, such like, I don't know, wastefulness to have 2 A4000s for just monitoring cameras because you want each camera to have its own monitor or something. But whatever. He bought me a new chair, so I don't care. I got a new chair. It's very nice. I was actually thinking about getting it for here, like I'm getting it for myself, because it's not that expensive. It's like $200. Sorry for coughing into the mic. I mean, I guess I turned my head away, but I usually try to mute. But anyway, he kept bugging me like, "Hey, you know, tell me what new chair you want." And I was like, "Dude, I don't need it." I'm trying not to waste their money. And then he's like, "Hey, you know, like, I can't remember what he came to me for something, but then was like, "Hey, you know, I want you to send me the chair you want. So, you know, look at it, do it now." Like, he wasn't like being too mean about it, but he's like, "Look up a chair and send it to me." And I was like, "Okay." And so then I looked up a couple chairs, and I was like, "This is the one I want." And then he's like, "All right, it's ordered. It'll get here next week," which was last week. And I was like, "Sweet." And then like Wednesday or Thursday, I think, the new maintenance guy, because we got a new maintenance guy, He just like I met him once, and then he came up to my door, like came to my office with a chair, and was like, he like presented it, and I was like, whoa, all right. And then I sat in it, and then I've been sitting in it since. And I'm just like, man, this chair is sweet. It's like a mesh chair. I think I've talked about it before, or talked about mesh chairs before, but I used to have one in Florida, and I loved it. And I was like, bro, mesh chairs are so much nicer than like all the other chairs, because they're just like cooler. Like my back doesn't get all sweaty, my butt doesn't get all sweaty, and it's comfy. And the one that I have like leans back real far, and it has a headrest. I don't know. I was just like, bro, I want this at home now. Can you do the same with two A2000s? Probably only be 8 to 1600, depending whether you get. You probably, I don't know what, 12 gig or 16 gig version. You missed a number. That's what I'm saying though. Is like he got two A4000s. When all he needs is just two graphics cards that can, you know, that will do every, you know, like 7 to 8 monitors or whatever. That's kind of like, yeah, that's my point, is like he's wasting all this like power just to watch cameras. Because you don't need an A4000 to just stream a camera. Like you want an A4000 for like the processing power, for like probably like modeling and stuff like that. Because when he brought it to me, that was my initial, or when he brought it up to me, he's like, yeah, you know, I got this new PC on the way. I want you to image it when it gets here. It's got 2 graphics cards and blah, blah, blah. He's like bragging about it. And in my head, I was like, oh, it's going to be for one of the construction guys to like do like CAD stuff with and like all that. And he's like, yeah, it's going to go into the security, the SOC, the Security Operations Center. And I was like, oh. And then he's like, yeah, it's going to have 8, like we're going to have 8, like, or 7 monitors or whatever, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, cool. And then when I got here, I was like, man, why does he need A4000s? Like, what a waste of money. But it's his money to waste, I guess. He should have got me a desktop with 2 A4000s. I'll use that more than they do. Wait, these elk things come by and steal their potatoes. I was talking about Baldur's Gate. Just about what class I was playing. That was like before I went to do this quest. But I've been playing monk, and then like playing monk with my brothers, and then I started Karlak. I started like a separate campaign playing as her, or like she's the main character, I guess, the origin character that I picked. Cause she's so cool. Like the origin characters, I like a lot of, like I like all of them way more than I thought I would. Cause like looking at their designs and stuff, I was like, like I'm not really sold on any of them. Like Shadowheart's cute, Karlak is kind of cool looking, but like all the rest of them are just kind of whatever. And then like I watched all their little origin intros, and then playing with my brothers and meeting all the characters, I'm like, man, all these characters are cool. What's her name? Lae'zel, to get the Yankee girl. She's kind of annoying. But I can see myself, like I can see her growing on me, because she's just kind of annoying, because she's just like, I hate mind flayers. My whole identity is kill mind flayers, and it's like, yeah, we get it, but also like, well, I guess it's just like the fact that she's always just kind of like, we have to solve this problem right now, and it's like, yeah, but I want to explore. I want to play around. But I can see her lightening up and stuff eventually. But Karlak is my favorite. I like her a lot. And so like I was like, let me play as Karlak, because the way we played, me and my brothers so far has been like I don't know. I think I'm gonna bring it up tomorrow or the next time we play, but like just ditching the fourth character, because right now it's me and two of my brothers, and then there's 4 slots for a part. Like there's 4 party member slots, so the fourth party member ends up being controlled by one of us. So far it's been the other 2. I haven't controlled anyone yet because kind of don't want to. But if there's ever a moment when, like, I mean, it's gonna come up eventually, but we're gonna need Karlak in the party for her quest. I'm gonna control Karlak, but playing through the story and like meeting all the characters and getting their, you know, bits and stuff is like, I'm just like, man, like I like these characters a lot. Like Will is a warlock, and I was just like, I was saying, like a lot of these characters I'm just like, who cares? And Will was kind of one of them. Like I was like, oh, he just seems like not like generic hero, but like, oh, he's, you know, a hero, cool, whatever, who cares? I don't, like, give me something cool. But then like talking to him and doing like some of his quests and like having him in the party, he's just like, he's a cool dude, and then doing his quest is like, oh wait, I mean, he is a warlock, so obviously he's made a pact with a demon or something, and like the demon, like, I don't want to spoil it, but a demon shows up and is like, hey Will, remember our deal? And he's like, yeah, but I didn't want to do it because like there's a reason for it. And then she does a thing to him, and it's like, wait a second, now he's even cooler. So but anyway,
Stomach's growling.
H2000 will work perfect for what you do, since you mainly play WoW and emulate games on this PC. Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, I don't know, I guess like I'm just trying to future proof you. But I get what you're saying. If you're not, also, like, I don't know, like, that's what I was saying. It's like a philosophy thing. Like future proofing is like, I don't know, when I buy stuff and, you know, get parts and things, I'm like doing it so that I don't have to do it again for a while. But I get the other way. Like, it's just like a different way of looking at it and doing things. Because one of my friends is definitely one of, like, he's more like you, where it's just like, I'm just gonna get what I need for right now, like what I need for what I do. Like, I'm not too worried about upgrades later on, because I don't know. I also have a friend who does kind of both, where he like future proofs, and then when the future comes and it's time to get something new, he's like, well, I future proofed and what I have is fine, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Like, he's been on, like, he has like a 960 or something that he's been on for like 10 years. Not actually, like 8 years or something, 7 or 8 years, which is kind of insane because I get a new card like every 2 or 3 years. Insane to me. Even though, and like, that's the thing, is like, I talk about like future proofing, but then I get a new card every few years anyway. But I like, but the thing is, like, I future proofed everything else, so I don't have to get a new motherboard or CPU. Like, I get a new motherboard and CPU every like 5 years or so. But I play a lot of video games, and I like them to all run at 60 FPS, even the newest ones. And I have a 1440p monitor that like makes a big deal. I didn't realize 1440p was gonna make so much of a difference over 1080. Trying to like run stuff at 60, but it is like a big deal. So, wait, 48 in a Threadripper. I think. Wait. Also, what's up, Bobby? I saw you were playing Baldur's Gate. How are you liking it? What was I gonna say? I don't remember if you told me you got a 4080. I feel like we did talk about it, but I remember you talking about the Threadripper, and I was like, man, I'm jealous. But love it, nice. I've been playing with my brothers. I would have streamed it if I wasn't playing with my brothers, but I don't, like I was talking about it a little bit earlier. I feel like it'd be a very frustrating experience to watch, because it's kind of frustrating to play. Like, it's fun, but there's definitely moments where I'm just like, bro, why? like one of my brothers is just picking fights with everyone, and then he'll like break, like, he's been stealing all the time. He plays a cleric and he's stealing all the time. Like, what cleric steals? Anyway, But like people will get mad at him for it, and like what happened was he stole from like some kids or something, or he did something to some kids, and the kids, I thought he said the F word. He made like, I don't know, he did something to some kids and people got mad at him, and then he just like they, I don't remember what the options were. It's like go to jail or like apologize or something, and he failed like a check or something, and so it like made them aggro him, and they started like fighting, and he was just like, hey guys, come help me, and we're like, what happened? And he's like, these people are trying to kill me now. And I was like, what'd you do? And he's like, I don't know, they just got mad at me about some kids or something, and now they're trying to kill me. And I was like, okay, well, how about we don't kill them? Like, you know, maybe like just run or knock them unconscious or something. And he just like instantly started killing them, and I was like, oh my god. And then like after he was done, like, well, like I went to, like, I was already in combat by the time like we were talking, but like I was just like, no. And I like left because I was like, I'm not killing any of these people, I'm not helping you kill people. And he was like, dude, come on. I'm like, I'm not, you don't have to kill them, we don't need to kill them, stop trying to kill everybody. And then they killed him anyway after I left, him and my other brother, because my other brother was like, yeah, let's kill him. And I was just like, all right, you guys are on your own, I'm going off to do my own thing. And then I think I went to rescue Karlach as they were doing that, because I was like, I want Karlach in the party. Like moments like that happen all the time, and those get frustrating, but it's a lot of fun on the other, like when those moments don't come up, because it's just like they don't, I don't know, like I think I was talking about it earlier, but I was thinking about playing Bard, but then I like thought about it more, and I was like, I can't play Bard with these kids, like they're not gonna, like, they're gonna want to fight and kill everything, and I'm not gonna be able to talk to anybody because everyone's gonna be dead. So like I'm never gonna get to be a Bard. But I'm playing monk, which is like fun because like I'm playing a monk with like the way of the open fist or open hand or whatever, like subclass, and I'm just like picking all the mobility stuff, and just like right now I have I think it's just called mobile, the feat, and it lets you run from, like, you can run past enemies without like letting them get an opportunity, an attack of opportunity or opportunity attack or whatever. And it's so nice because like I can run in, slap something, and run out, and they can't hit me. And it's just like fun. It's so good, and I have so much range to move. I'm playing a tiefling. If I would have played a wood elf, I would have even more, but I really wanted to play a tiefling. But anyway, I love the game. It's so fun. But like I was saying, it's just like playing with my brothers gets frustrating sometimes, and I'm just like, I don't want to fight these guys, but there's no way through it now because they started a fight with these guys. Oh yeah, but like I was saying, they keep killing people, and like I'll realize later, I'm like, oh, let me go talk to this person, or let me go do this thing, and then everyone's just dead. Like I was gone doing something else, and I come back and everyone's dead, and I'm just like, now I can't talk to this person. Now I can't, like, there's like, it's very early on in the game, but there's like a little like camp with druids and stuff like that, and there's these people who open the gate for you to let you in to like the outside camp before you get to the druid area, and they killed all the people who run the gate, and so now nobody opens the gate, so you have to go around and like go through some like side door, and I'm just like, man, these kids, dude, they're literally destroying everything. I can't have anything because they keep breaking everything. It's so, but that's what's fun about the game too. Like I was saying, like I went to the gate, and I stood by the gate, and I was waiting for them to open it, and I stood there for like 20 seconds, and I was like, oh, the people are dead, that's why they can't open the gate's not opening. And I was like, but I love how the game works like that. Like it's not, they didn't just have it scripted to be like, oh yeah, this gate opens when you stand next to it. It's literally like, no, the NPCs have to open the gate for you. So if you kill them, they can't open the gate. So, but I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. Like I was saying, it's like very chaotic with the two of them, but it's still very fun. Wait, I'm gonna read what your message from a few minutes ago. I could pass this to your mother. Pass this PC to my mother. Oh, I don't know why I do that. Sometimes when I read it from like like I read what you wrote, and then sometimes I do second person. And so I started it first person, like what you wrote, and then I halfway through changed it to second person. You give the PC to your mother. If you get the space, decided to build an actual long-term PC. That's a good idea. They destroy society. That's what they're doing too. Like one of them, so one's playing a cleric, the other one's playing, I think he's a wizard now, because we unlocked the respect guy, and he because he was playing a warlock, but then we got Will, and he was playing as, like I was saying, we have the three of us, and then a fourth like NPC that one of us controls. Which I was gonna say is, like, I feel like we should just drop the fourth NPC, because nobody really wants to control the fourth character. Third? Wait, what did I say? Third what? I don't know what I'm talking about. No, second person. Because third person, I was saying, because second person is you. Like first person is I, second person is you, third person is, like, they, he, she, person's name, Aiko. But I read your thing as, I could possibly pass this to your mother. So I switched second person. I started first person and switched to second person. I guess that it kind of is. No, it's not third person. Third person would be to Aiko's mother. Wizard, Bard, Barbarian, and Shadowheart. So that's kind of like, we had Shadowheart. So like I was saying, we have Monk, Warlock, or Wizard now, because he switched from Warlock. Wizard or Sorcerer, I can't remember. And I know he wants to switch again, because he wants to, I think he's a Wizard now, and he wants to switch to Sorcerer. But so Monk, Wizard, Cleric, and then we had Shadowheart for like a long time. So we had 2 Clerics. And then we got Will, and we were like, let's kick Shadowheart out, and put Will in because he's cool. Excuse me. And then and now, like I said, now I'm kind of like, I want to be like, how about we just don't have a fourth party member, because it just seems like a hassle for, well, I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't have trouble, but the other two are always like struggling to control, not struggling, but like, I don't know. They don't want to control the fourth character, and like I was saying, I kind of don't either, but if I have to, I will. It will be Karlach, and it will only be Karlach, because she's so cool. Karlach is just so cool. I wish I could be Karlach. Like, I mean, I could, I guess, but I was like, when I went to make, like, because I watched all the characters. I'm not even gonna play this game tonight. I'm just gonna talk about Baldur's Gate 3 all night. I'm just gonna pull up Baldur's Gate 3 right now. No. You got used to it. Draenei joke from WoW screwed up. 2 large eggs, 2 gnomes.
Huh?
You beat the gnomes. How did it go again? Racism. What was I saying? Talk about. Oh yeah, whatever. I watched all the origin characters, like little intros, and like I wasn't like sold on any of them, but then watching all of them, I was like, I'm sold on all these characters. But then like we were playing, like we like I created my own character, and like me and my brothers created our own characters, and we did like the whole intro and everything. Played like a few hours past the intro, and then we were done for the night. And in the morning, I was like, I want to play, but I'm not gonna like go, because I have the save file. I was like, I'm not gonna open up the save file. I'll just like play on one of the origin characters. And I picked Karlach because I thought she looked cool. Oh, and I guess that was what I was gonna say is, watching Karlach's, I was like, I knew I wanted to be a tiefling, so watching Karlach's thing, I was like, oh man, like sick, like I could be a tiefling that's on fire like that. And then I went to create my tiefling, and you can't do that. It's exclusive to Karlach, and I was like, man, I mean, cool, sure, I get it. It's her origin, like it's her thing, but I wanted like an infernal engine or whatever it's called in my chest. I want to have a heart of fire, or my heart replaced with a fire machine. So then I was like, let me just like start my own campaign playing as Karlach, and then I did, and like going through her like intro, like all the way through the ship and off the ship, I was like, man, Karlach is just so cool. She's like this barbarian who is just like, I don't know, she's just fun. Like she's like, and then like finding her in the game on our like me and my brothers, talking to her and like talking to her since we found her. Every interaction with her, she's just like, she just wants to have fun. She's just like wants to. She's like unga bunga. Like I just wanna beat stuff up and have a good time. I just want to go on adventures and blow stuff up. And it's so cool. I don't know. She's so cool. She's fun. And her design is cool. Like I was saying, I saw her and I was like, oh, I want to make a big old tiefling, like a big tiefling lady. Like, what do you call it? I don't know. A big tiefling lady. And I made like the big tiefling lady, but she's not as big or as swole as Karlach, and it's kind of lame. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I was like, I want to be buff. Like, I guess she's not even that buff, Karlach, but she's buffer, I think. And I don't know. And I wanted like a broken horn. Like I wanted to do I didn't want to like clone her, but I wanted the option to have one of my horns be broken or something like that. But that's not an option. And I'm just like, man, that's not fair. Now I just want to be Karlach. Like, I just want to play as Karlach. But whatever. Exhaust ports? Wait, does she actually have exhaust ports? I know she... Oh, right. Yeah. Like the little things for like her engine thing. Right? The little... That's what those little silver things are all over her. Unless that's just like a tiefling thing and I didn't notice it on my character. But the other thing is, like, I didn't, like, we found Karlach before we found Will, and then Will just, like, randomly showed up at our camp, and, that's how we got him to join, because, like, we ran into him at the gate that I was talking about where my brothers killed everybody, and the gate wouldn't open anymore, but, he was there, and I was like, oh, like, I was like, that's Will, and, like, they were like, oh, cool, maybe we'll get him after this fight, and they, like, we finished, like, we killed all the goblins or whatever, and then he just disappeared, and we never found him after that, and I remember, like, thinking later, I was like, wait, what happened to Will? Wasn't he at the gate with us? Like, what? Where did he go? Did you guys see him? They're like, no, we went all through with it. Like, they did most of the druid stuff as I, like, did other stuff. But they're like, yeah, we didn't see him anywhere in the druid place or, like, any of that camp stuff. And I was like, huh. Like, I wonder, did we accidentally kill him or something? And they were like, I don't remember targeting him ever, so I don't think so. And I was like, well, that's weird. Maybe we'll run into him later. And then we picked up Karlach. I literally went out of my way to get Karlach because, like, I accidentally spoiled her location because I was looking up where to find Withers, the respec guy, because I was like, I want to respec. I picked the wrong subclass. Like, I didn't realize I was choosing my subclass when I chose it, and then I was like, oh, I picked the wrong subclass. I need to, like, fix that. So I looked up where to find Withers, and, like, in that article, or like looking for that article or something, I saw something like saying like, oh, where to find Karlach, and like literally I was like trying to skim past it or like not look at it, but when I looked I saw the exact coordinates, and that was like just like burned into my brain. I was like, well, now I know where to find her. So I went to the coordinates to get her later, but we picked her up and we had her in the party, not in the party with us, but like at our camp or whatever, just hanging out. Is Lance okay? And then we literally just like went to camp to take a long rest. Dude, we have to take long rests all the time. It's like, I don't care. Like, I don't think there's any downside to taking long rests, like too many long rests. But these dudes are like blasting all their spells every single fight. Like, they're literally using everything they have every single fight. Like, it's like 2 enemies and they just like drop all their spells and they're like, can we take a long rest? And I'm just like, oh my god, stop using everything. You have cantrips and other things to do. But they just dump everything every fight. But we took a long rest one time, and then Will just like randomly showed up and was like, Karlach, like, whatever, I'm here to get you. And she's like, bro, stop, leave me alone. And we had to convince him to leave her alone. And he's like, oh, she's a tiefling, she's not a demon. And then and he's like, oh, all right, well, I'll come hang out with you guys. And I was like, cool, this guy's cool, because like, I don't know, Will's cool. I like him a lot. He's probably one, he might be my favorite. Well, I think Karlach is my favorite, but Will is also like top 2 right now. Because what's her name? Lae'zel's kind of annoying. Shadowheart's kind of a nerd. She also feels very waifu baity. Like she's very cute, but she seems like not weak like stats wise and class wise, but just like a little baby, like her character. Because every dialogue with her is like mother, mother, mother. I love my mother, the mother, or whatever, Char, and blah 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 blah. And it's just like this girl. Like one of my brothers like, dude, sounds like she's got abandonment issues. I'm like, yeah, yeah. But what was it? Who else do we have? I don't know. Like they're all cool characters. Oh, Gale. Gale's all right. He's kind of annoying because he's always like, give me magic items, and it's like, no. And I can't tell if he's like legit, like because he's like, oh, there's a demon inside me. I need to feed it or whatever. I gotta feed it magic, and I'm like, okay, is he being metaphorical, like talking about his drug addiction to magic, or is he literally like preventing an actual demon from just busting out of him or something? But it's annoying either way. But he seems alright. Asterion, we had Asterion in the party, and then my brother chased him off because he was trying to suck his blood in the middle of the night, and he was just like, what is this? The vampire guy, he's trying to suck my blood, what do I do? And we're like, I don't know, dude, it's your conversation to play. Do whatever you're gonna do. So like that's how we're playing it, is like, I mean, we're watching each other's conversations and stuff, but whoever is in control of the conversation gets to control the conversation. So if the other two people want to do one thing and you don't have to do it. Like we're not like very diplomatic about it. It's literally just like whoever's controlling it controls it. You can you know, we're gonna pick what we think you should do, and you can go with it or not. It's up to you. And so Asterion was trying to suck his blood, and he was like, he like chose the option to like fight him or something, and Asterion like ran off, and then we haven't seen him since. So I think he's just out of the game, unless he does show up later on or something. But like that makes it interesting. That's what I was saying. Like it definitely makes it more chaotic, like I was saying. Like, and it's fun because it's like you don't. Because it makes it more real, because it's like, I don't know, like you can't really expect or hope everyone, you know, does what you want to do or agrees with you, or, you know, like plays the way you want to play. And so like then you have to react to that, and that's what, like, it's fun. Yeah, exactly. It feels like an actual campaign, and that's why like when we sat down to play, I was like, all right, you guys haven't played, like one of my brothers has played Divinity Original Sin 2. So he knows how the game works, but he never played a multiplayer, and I have. And so I was like, all right, this is how it works, and this is how we should play it. And then the other one has played D&D, so like, that's what he was excited about. He's like, oh, it's like, you know, D&D rules and this and that. I'm like, yeah, so this is how we should play it. We should play it like a D&D campaign and not like a video game. You know, play your character how you want, and, you know, run your conversations how you want. Like, we're gonna give you input and stuff, but you don't have to do, like, you don't have to play it to appease us and stuff like that. You know, if it's your conversation and it's your character, do what you want to do. It's like, that's your dude. And it's been pretty fun. Like I was saying, it gets frustrating when they're killing everybody, and I'm like, dude, I didn't even get to talk to any of those people yet. But it's still pretty fun otherwise.
It's nighttime already.
But the only other thing that sucks is like having to wait for them to play. Like today we didn't get to play because one of my brothers, like, I literally was like, hey, I get off of work in 15 minutes. Are we playing tonight or what? And he was like, it's gonna be tough for me tonight. And I was just like, what? Why? Because he gets off work at the same time as me and like gets home at the same time. And so it's just like but like how do I have time to play but you don't? Like, what? And then later on he was like, oh, I had MMA practice, and then he was like, and now I got to make meal preps for the week or whatever. And I was like, you should have done that last week or over the weekend or whatever. Well, and like he was like, I didn't get to do it this weekend. And in my head I was like, you should have done it this weekend. But so we didn't get to play tonight because he was too tired and had his own things going on. And now I'm like, how many times is that gonna happen? Like, how many days do I not get to play Baldur's Gate 3 because one of them is like, oh yeah, I'm busy or I'm doing something. Because that was like what happened this weekend is like, we played Saturday and Sunday, but on Saturday we didn't play till like later in the afternoon, like 4 or 5 or something, because one of my brothers was like, oh yeah, I'm going to this garlic festival, and the other one was like, oh well, I gotta go to lunch with our uncle at like 3, which I was like, who goes to lunch at 3 p.m.? That's like almost dinner, bro. That's supper. But so like I would have to wait for the one going to lunch like till after he came back, and if the one who went to the garlic festival hadn't come back yet, wait till he got back. But then the one didn't go to the garlic festival, so we could have played during the day before my brother went to lunch, and then but we didn't. And then when my brother came back from lunch, that's when we played. But it was just like having to wait on them. And then Sunday was kind of the same thing, where one of them was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna we didn't go to the garlic festival Saturday, so we're going on Sunday. And then he didn't go, and so like the whole day went, and we're just like, well, not the whole day, but we didn't play until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon or something, because the one who didn't go to the garlic festival texted the other one saying like, hey, I'm not going, so we can play whenever. But that one just like didn't see the text, or didn't, I don't know, ignored it or something, because then he went and did his own thing, and then finally like at 2 or 3 called me and was like, hey, I'm getting gas right now, but as soon as I get home we can play, because Chase texted me and said, you know, he didn't go to the garlic festival, so he can play whenever. And I was like, then what were you doing all day? We could have been here playing. But like, I know he's got stuff to do. Everyone has a life to live, but it's still, let me play my game. Let me play Baldur's Gate 3. That's why, like I was saying, I started that campaign as Karlak, because I'm not gonna wait on them. If there's a day when I don't stream, which I'm gonna start, like, I don't know, I might stream that Karlak campaign. Just like started it over. Oh, now I really want to. Okay, not tonight though. I like looked at the clock to be like, can I start it now? Like, should I just close Xenoblade? All I did was pick up a bunch of side quests. But then we only have like an hour and change, so I'm not gonna do all that. But maybe I do that, because I was talking about it at the beginning of the stream. I was like, maybe I like, now that Baldur's Gate 3 is out, I wasn't expecting to play it. I was gonna finish this first, even if it like, even though it came out, I was like, I'm just gonna wait till I'm done with this, and then I'll play Baldur's Gate 3. But now, like earlier and now, I'm like, maybe I alternate like back and forth. Like, maybe not every other day is gonna be every other game, but like, you know, maybe I play this for a few days. Like, just play whatever I feel like playing. Now I really like, maybe that might happen if I stream tomorrow. Well, that's the other thing, is like, I won't. If I don't stream, it's probably because I'm playing Baldur's Gate with my brothers until we're done. But if I do stream, it might be Baldur's Gate, because it's so good. It, like, I mean, it's just like I was saying at the beginning, it's Divinity Original Sin 2, but like
I should write this all down.
better. It's like they've made improvements, and it's like playing D&D. Like, it's D&D. It's like all D&D, like rule sets and all that stuff, trappings. It's like I was reading. I read something earlier where someone was like, yeah, the thing I like about Baldur's Gate 3 more than Original Sin 2 is that it doesn't have the like the magic health and armor and stuff like that. And I was like, oh dude, I forgot about that. Because in Divinity Original Sin 2, like, there's like, you have your health bar, and then you have like your magic like shield, and then your armor. And so like when you go to fight an enemy, you have to like break through those before you can actually affect them with stuff. Like, you have to be hitting their raw health to like stun them or polymorph them and things like that. And that was always kind of, it wasn't ever like that big of a deal, but I was like, you know what, I didn't even think about that, and I forgot about that, and it's not present because that's not a D&D thing. And it's kind of nice because you can just literally just walk up and topple an enemy instantly, or, you know, do all that stuff. Secret ending. Wait, I'll read this in my head because it's kind of long. Lose the gatekeeper. Wait, no, he's dead. Andrew the blacksmith. Nope. Kane the Fletcher. Nope. Dead. Yep. That's how it's gonna be.
Every day's a training day.
And so I don't know if Skyrim and Oblivion let you do it, but I think Morrowind lets you do it. It lets you kill like main quest characters, and then there's like a pop-up that says like you have like, I don't know, broken the weave of fate, like reload or live in this doomed world or something like that. But I'm sure Baldur's Gate 3 will let you. Well, I don't know if they would let you like kill, like break the main campaign, but I'm sure there's like plenty of ways to just like ruin your like campaign. Because like one thing I can even see right now is like the main kind of story right now is you have a mind flayer parasite in your head. Everyone in the party does. And so it seems like you can either go with it, like you can like let it grow and feed it basically, or get rid of it. And I can see like kind of a bad ending be like, oh yeah, you fed this thing too much and now you're literally a mind flayer, and either you get to play as a mind flayer or you just lose, or your like campaign ends there because you no longer have control over yourself or something like that. But maybe you would end up playing the other party members or something. But I could also see like you get rid of the parasite and now you're playing like a completely different story, because if someone, I don't know, I don't know, I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out and how it goes down, because I'm definitely on the side of like well, I'm like kind of using the parasite, like using the illithid or illithid, however you say it, like abilities, but also not really like, I don't want it to grow and take over, but I'm not opposed to taking advantage of it. But then my brothers are definitely like, every conversation we get into, like every time I'm in control of the conversation and there's like a choice that is like use the illithid, like, you know, read their mind or whatever, I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to like use it too much, because I don't want, like, I feel like the more you use it, it's gonna like get more control over you or whatever. But they're always like, dude, click that one. I'm like, no. But they're just like, and then the guardian, there's like you get a guardian that is like talks to you in your dreams, and it's like, hey, you know, it literally is like, hey, take advantage of this parasite while you can. And I'm like, I don't know if I can trust this thing now, because like it's a mind flayer parasite. Like this could be, you know, just like a trick of this mind flayer thing, trying to trick me to let it have more of me. And then both of my brothers are like, dude, my guardian's so cool, like they told me, you know, oh, I should use the thing more. I'm like, oh, you guys fell for it. Like you guys don't even suspect the thing. But I don't know, maybe it's fine. But we'll see. I don't know, the game's so good, it's so fun because of all that stuff.
I'm getting peckish. Do we have any snacks?
It's funny, I was like, the start of the stream, I was like doing good on not talking too much. And then I just stopped for like the last hour and had just been not playing the game.
I'm feeling energized already. I look forward to
Oh, I didn't realize I didn't eat here before. That's good.
We have to keep track of our progress. Are we all ready to fight?
Why did that whole... Oh, I saved in a different slot. I was like, the save that I saved in just now was at 41:57, and now it's at 45:32. I was like, there's no way I did like 3.5 hours, because my stream session says I've been streaming for 1.5. But that was my last save. I did it wrong. Saved over the wrong one, but oh well. Anyway. Now I just want to play Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I like this game a lot, but Baldur's Gate's the new hotness. I mostly just want to play as Karlach. I want more Karlach. I can't remember if I was going to do anything with my classes. Oh, it's too far away. I was like, why should she stop attacking? own. Okay, it lands. Alright, he's fine. Where's Noah? Okay, where's Tyon? Tyon's a healer. What? Oh, he's over here. Alright, switch him to the, I remember the guy's name. The guy who was, like, bullying... Not bullying Tyon. Well, I mean, I guess he was, but he wasn't... It wasn't the real guy. It was, Jay controlling him. Like, controlling a puppet. Anyway, I talked about work a little bit earlier, and I was talking about how like I'm not looking forward to tomorrow because I don't want to go to the stupid meeting. It's not even going to it. We just like get in a little Teams call. But then I was thinking like, oh wait, tomorrow we have like our lunch. Oh my god, why did I hate the tanks in this game. And it sucks because, like, when they do the fusion, like, or when they do their Ouroboros thing, I'm killing this thing with this. When they do the Ouroboros, they don't tank anymore. I mean, I'm sure they do, but they don't tank as well. Anyway, we're having a luncheon tomorrow. I think it's like once a month we have a luncheon or whatever you call it. And they get like good food. Like last month. There are these sandwiches. I don't even remember what the place was called. My mom knows what it was called. But they had these sandwiches that were so good, dude. Like I was like, they were like small little sandwiches, but man, like I ate that, and then like it was later that night. We went to dinner for my brother's birthday. But like when we were at that dinner, like me and my mom were just talking about those sandwiches and how good they were, and I was like, I wish I knew where that place was. Like apparently they only do catering. So you can't just like go stop and get a sandwich, but man, I would order a sandwich from there almost every day. Oh, I wonder if she can do this all by herself. Wait, why won't it let me pick her? Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot you have to do your arts. Wait, why didn't they give... Wait, did I read that wrong? I thought she was supposed to get 50%. I must have read it wrong. Well, never mind. Tyon's head is in the way. I can't see which angle we're on this guy. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, whatever. Tomorrow's lunch is supposed to be Chipotle, but I'm looking forward to it because it's like there's always like last time they had the sandwiches. There was a lot left over, but I didn't get anything. I didn't get more than one because I didn't want to be greedy. But there was a lot left over, and my mom and like the I don't know what her job title would be, but she's like. She works the front desk, but is also like responsible for like all kinds of other like. She's not like a secretary. I don't know what, because like she doesn't like work the front desk. She's like in charge of the two girls who do. Like there's two girls like who work. Like one works mornings, the other one works the afternoons. But she like is in charge of them and makes sure the front desk is always like good to go. And then she also like takes care of all kinds of other stuff. Like she makes sure all the break rooms are stocked with stuff, and then also like does all kinds of kind of like coordination and stuff like that. Like make sure meeting rooms are like, you know, assigned to like people. Like you have to like register a meeting room with her, like basically like go to her and be like, hey, is this meeting room open? Can I use it for this time to this time or whatever? So kind of like a secretary. I don't know, but she was like. She's like, did you get a sandwich? And I was like, yeah. She's like, all right, well, if you're hungry, you can go get another one. I was like, no, I'm okay or whatever. Cause I didn't want to like I didn't want to take someone's sandwich. But then like my mom said the same thing later. She was like, She's like, how many did you get? And I was like, just one. She's like, why did you get more? And I was like, I didn't want to take too much. And she's like, nobody ever goes, like, not that nobody ever goes to these, but she's like, they always get way too much food. Like, there's always plenty for like seconds and thirds. And I was like, man, I wish I knew that. I would have got another sandwich. Like I was saying, those sandwiches were so good. But I'm gonna grab me a fat burrito tomorrow and then grab another one. Cause I don't know, I eat lunch every day, and it's like these meal prep things that my mom makes and brings, and they're good, but they're not very filling. I mean, they are filling, but come on. Wait, lenses are only tank. That's why no one's tanking. They're filling, but I, like, by the end of the day, like, I usually take my lunch at 12, like 12 to 1, sometimes like 1 to 2 or whatever, but by the time I leave work, I'm already hungry again. Which is probably normal, but I like to eat one big meal and not be hungry for the rest of the day until, like, later, like, way later. Oh, we only have healers left. Why did I do that? I'm stupid. Because I'm talking. Also, I wasn't paying attention to who I picked because I could have got the Ouroboros thing. I'm just smashing through this because we're not hitting 100. Anyway. The other thing is, a lot of people just don't go to work. Like, a lot of people work from home in the office. I don't have that luxury. Oh, there's more. I don't get that luxury because I'm the help desk guy, and so if someone's PC isn't working, I can't be at home. So it'll take me like 45 minutes to get to work to fix it. What was it? Oh yeah, whatever. Like, a lot of people don't show up to the office, so like on that last luncheon, they set up a whole thing where, like, there's like tables and chairs if you want to eat in the break room and stuff like that. I mean, there's always tables and chairs in the break room anyway, but I was like, what's happening? There's tables and chairs in the break room normally, but they like take those tables out and put in like picnic tables, so there's like way more seats, like, nobody sits at those. Like, nobody, like, well, I mean, people sit at them, but like, there's not like a lot of people in the office to like eat all the food. Like I was saying, that's probably why there's a lot left over and stuff like that. But like, yeah, last time, like, I went in like right at 12, like at like 12:05 or something, because it starts at 12, and there were like 2 people sitting, eating, another guy like standing, and then like another guy in line that I had to get behind. And like, I popped in later to like throw my stuff away, and there was like just a few different people like sitting there, and then like another person getting food, and I was just like, I was expecting, like, there's like I don't know, like 60 or 70 people on our floor. I was expecting, you know, the room to be kind of full of people. But then I was thinking about it, like, a lot of the people in our office are these construction guys who have to like be at the construction site. Like, they just have an office or a desk at the office when they need, like, when they're in, so that they have somewhere to sit, but they're not always there. And then the other, like, I don't know, a lot of people work from home. Like, there's a girl, this lady who works like right out, her desk is right outside my office. Like my office is kind of like in the middle of the, I don't know how to, let me see if I can draw like a, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, this will work. I almost hit stop streaming. I'm so like used to doing that. Okay, wait. Oh, I can't see. Okay. Wait, is that doing what I think it is? It's not even showing. What happened? Oh, is it because not minimized it, but okay. I guess I have to leave it like that. Well, then I can't. Oh wait, now it's I broke it again. Okay, whatever. Anyway, let me draw. So this is like, let's say this is the floor. There's like a rectangle down the middle. So there's like cubicles here. What's the shape that's...
Gotta keep nice and limber.
Whatever, I guess I'll just draw a line. I press caps lock, not shift. So there's like cubicles like this. And there's like one over here, and then there's like this. It's kind of like... Oh, great. Whatever. There's like a strip down the middle that is like all offices. Like we have doors, and it's like...
Did you guys hear something?
My office is like right here, and the server room is like right here. And I don't know what's on the other side. There's more rooms, but I've never been into them. And then we have like a copy room is what it's called, where it just has like copiers and printers and stuff. And then there's another guy's office here, and then like I said, there's probably other stuff on the other side that I don't know what it is. But this is where I live. And the lady who sits here, which is like actually like way closer. Let me make my ugly picture even uglier. It's gonna be a big old gap. Whoops. But like, it's kind of like that, where like you walk out, like I walk out the door and her cubicle is just like right there, and she sits right there. But she's like never at work. And like my mom complains about it all the time, because she'll like need stuff from her, and she'll go to like go to that lady's desk, see that she's not there, and then like look at my window and like point like, is she here? And I'm like, I'll just like shrug and shake my head, because I'm like, I haven't seen her yet today. And then when I do see her, like she shows up, she'll like, when she does come into work, she comes in at like 9, makes breakfast, eats her breakfast, then changes and goes to the gym, and then comes back from the gym like 2 hours later, and then like she'll sit at her desk for a little bit and then disappear, which I'm assuming to get changed, because then she comes back like an hour after that and is wearing like work clothes again, and then like sits down, makes like one phone call, and then leaves for the day. And it's like, dude, this lady does not work. And my mom, like I was saying, my mom complains about it all the time, and she's like, yeah, you know, people are starting to notice, because like people need her for stuff and she's never there. And it's like, I don't know, I think it's funny. But anyway, like I don't think she was at the last luncheon. Like I don't think she was there that day. So like that's like I was saying, I guess just like, I don't know, a lot of people just don't work at my office, and it's kind of frustrating, because like, well, it's not fair, because I have to work, or it's not that I have to work, I have to be at the office,
Getting late.
because like half of my job I could do from home. It's just like a lot of password resetting. All I need is like a VPN to get to our network. Like if they were like, yeah, you can install that on your home PC, I would do it in an instant, and just like work from home as much as I could. Because yeah, like a lot of it, like today, a lot, like 90% of what I did, like for help desk tickets, was, hey, can you reset my password, or hey, I'm locked out, or hey, I can't access this drive, and I look and they're locked out, and I'm like, all right, I'm unlocking your account, and then they're like, oh, I can't remember, like they get locked out again because like, oh, I guess I don't remember my password, can we reset it? And then we reset it, and then everything's fine after that. But it's like, so much of the job is just open up like Active Directory and reset their password, or open up Microsoft 365 Admin Center and reset their email password or whatever. And it's just like, I could do this. I literally could do this from home. I don't need to be here. But then, like I was saying, then there's like the stuff like the desktops and things that like I need to be there for. Like one guy, I helped him today. It was a password reset kind of thing, but he was like, he wanted, like, today was the first time I met him. And he came to my office to introduce himself because he's like, oh hey, I know your mom, because my mom works there. And he's like, yeah, you know, I've heard so much about you and blah 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 blah. It's good to meet you and this and that. And he's like, so I do have a problem. Like I can't log in to Global Protect, which is the VPN thing we use. And I can't access any of the shared drives. And I was like, okay, like, you know, I can, if you want to, are you logged into your computer? And he's like, yeah, but do you want to come take a look? And I was like, oh, I could do it from here. And he's like, oh, well, you know, like, I can't remember what he said, but he said something that was just like, no, like, I think you should, like, look at it, because I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm doing. You might be able to show me what I need to do, because I might be doing it wrong. And I was like, okay, whatever, like, sure. So I got up and walked with him to his office, which is, like, almost as far as possible as he can get from my office, because he's on the executive side. But when we got to his office, like, he had his laptop plugged in to, like, his docking station, and his screen was, like, flickering like crazy, and, like, was, like wrong. And I was like, I was like, dude, what the heck? And he's like, oh yeah, it does that sometimes. I was like, man, like, people, like, that's the thing, like, so many people have, like, issues, and they don't tell me about it. And then, like, I find out about it like this, where I'm just like, I go to help them, and they're just like, oh yeah, you know, I have this issue, but whatever. And I'm like, well, let me fix it for you, dude. Like, just, you could have told me, and I could have fixed this like 20 seconds ago. Because all I did was, like, push the HDMI cable in the back in a little more, and it was done. It was fine. But anyway, I don't even know why I brought that up, but I don't know. Oh, I guess I was just saying, like, the job is like 90% password resetting, but then there's, like, the few moments where you do have to do something in person like that. So if I wasn't in the office and he's like, hey, my screen's so jacked up, I would be like, well, give me 45 minutes to get there, and then I'll push the cable in a little bit and then go home. Treasured taters. Oh, does that actually affect? Oh, we got info. I'll say, does that actually affect
All making sense.
this? There better be another meal here.
I've been craving some downtime.
There's not. Why did they say that then? What a scam! The quest even said, like, broadening the menu at the end.
Let's keep things on a tight loop.
And then the menu isn't broadened. Man. Oh, that stupid Pokemon Presents. Why do they have it at like 6 a.m.? I mean, I guess it's like noon or... No, it's like evening time in Japan. That's like nighttime. It's 6 a.m. I guess it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast, but... I don't know. I might wake up early and watch it, but I'll probably just wake up like normal and just catch up on the news at work or watch it when I get to work. Because I'm interested. I don't know. I love Pokemon. I've talked about it a billion times, literally. I'm a Pokemon mark. I'm not even like I'll buy everything Pokemon, but I will literally like watch the Pokemon Presents every time. Because I have to know. I have to see. But what I'm hoping for is funny because like most of the time I'm like, you know, I'm hoping for, you know, the new Pokemon announcement or the new DLC or the new whatever. But literally all I want to see from this is a Pokemon Sleep event announcement. Because I've been playing that like every day. I say playing, it's not really much of a game. I've talked about it before, but I've literally been tracking my sleep every single night since it came out. Catching Pokemans and all that. I have 3 Eevees now, which is not as many as I want, and they're all boys, which is the other thing that's annoying, because the very first Eevee, I got an Eevee in my tutorial, but because it's a tutorial, it doesn't let you catch it. And it was a girl Eevee, and then every Eevee I've seen since, which it took me like a whole week to see another Eevee, but every Eevee I've seen since has been a boy, which sucks, because like that's the thing, like Eevee is, it's like 80-something% chance to be male, so like to see the female, the rarer Eevee in the tutorial when I can't catch it, and then every single one since has been the more common one, it's like so annoying. But it's also been annoying because it's like been hard to get it to show up in the first place. You have to sleep. It only shows up when you snooze, when you're a snoozer. Because there's 3 types of sleep. There's the dozer, the snoozer, and the slumberer. And so if you're snoozing, you get Eevees to show up. Or that's how you get Eevees to show up. But that's not the only Pokemon that can show up. It's like annoying because, I don't know. I have 3 Eevees, and I need 8, right? 3, 7, 8. Yeah, I need 8, so I can have one of every evolution. And it's taking forever. And they're all boys, which is like, the other frustrating thing is because they should be, like, I guess there's plenty, I was gonna say like half and half. Like, I think I have usually, I think it's like 5 and 3, like 5 girls and 3 boys is usually what I do for my evolutions, but there's still time for that to happen, but I already have the 3 boys, so if I get another boy, it's like, well, now the balance is off. I mean, I guess it would be more balanced, but my balance is off. And I still have to get multiple girls. But I don't know if the rates are the same as in the games. Excuse me. What was I saying? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the gender ratios are the same. Because it might just be 50-50 for this. But I definitely have way more male Pokemon than female Pokemon overall. Because I went through and counted, and I have like, I think I have like 30-something, like 36 Pokemon or something, and like 9 of them are female, and the other 27 or however many are males. And I was just like, dude, what the heck is up? But like only a few of them are like, I have an Ivysaur, a Charmander, and then those 3 Eevees I think are the only ones that have like the gender ratio skewed towards males, and then the rest of them are all 50-50 normally. And so I'm like, what is happening to my gender ratio numbers? This guy doesn't want to give food to the Turkins. Oh my god, 50 of each. This is what they were talking about earlier. Someone said 50 aubergines. Aubergines? How do you even say that? I feel like I looked that up before, and now I've forgotten.
Aubergine.
Aubergine. Aubergine. I hate that. Just call it an eggplant.
Alright. Time to gather the offerings.
We have 1 green nectarine.
Alien customs.
Okay, so it seems like we'll have an option. Oh, he gathers stuff too. That's kind of cool. Oh, right. This is the next chapter. Okay, so we get the nectarines first. Wait. A couple weeks ago, maybe it was last week. Hold on. Oh, one of my hairs got. Oh, it's a loose hair. Like one of my hairs got stuck in my like lip hair or lower lip, like part of my beard or whatever. That was weird. Felt weird. I was confused. Anyway, like a week or two ago, when I was driving home, there was a lot of traffic, and I was like, "What is going on here?" Like, this is usually there's like the part where the traffic was there's usually traffic, but there was like way more than usual, and I was like, there must have been an accident or something, because they even had like a sign up that said like slow traffic or stop traffic ahead or something, which doesn't usually say that when the traffic is slow. So I was like, there's something going on, and then it was annoying because I couldn't get over into the lane that I needed to be in. Like, I needed to be in the right lane. But because of the traffic, I was like, by the time I wanted to get over, it was too late because of the traffic. That it wasn't going to be easy. And so, like, I spent, like, the traffic was moving very slow, but I had my turn signal on, and I was trying to get over for, like, the longest time, but nobody would let me in. And I drive a BMW now, so I'm trying not to be that guy, so I didn't want to, like, force my way in. And so I'm, like, very patiently, like, waiting to get in, and nobody lets me in. And I'm like, bro, I'm literally about to miss this exit if I can't get in. And then, like, I realize what's making the traffic, like, so slow is they're closing that right lane, and it's merging into the lane that I'm in. So, like, as I'm passing all these people, like, I'm moving faster than this right lane. Like, I'm moving and I'm passing all these cars that just don't want to, like, give me, like, I'm not driving like super fast past them, but like I'm like, you know, I'm moving and they're not, but like I'm waiting for like someone to just let me in, because I have my turn signal on the whole time, but nobody's letting me in. But whatever, I get past all these people, and like I get to the part where it starts merging, like people are merging, and, you know, I let the guy in front of me get in, and then we keep going, and then it opens up again, and I go. But and I was like, dude, nice. And like I get over to that lane, and I was like, all these people who are being like just jerks and not letting me in are still stuck back there. And I'm like, I get off on my exit and everything's fine. But also, like, it was funny because of that, but it was funny because the accident was like a fruit truck like dropped all its fruit. So like the whole, like, that whole lane is just covered in apricots. And like the truck is like pulled over. It wasn't even like tipped over or anything. It was just like pulled over on the side, and there's guys like out, like scooping, like sweeping all the fruit off to the side, and there's like this big old truck that's like a street sweeper looking thing, like scooping up as much of it as it can. And it was just like really funny that there's just like the freeway is covered in apricots. And that was causing a ton of traffic. Anyway.
It's like pea soup out here.
Pea soup, huh? I'm trying to think of if there's anything I watched over the last week.
I hope nothing bad's happened. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's go check.
Oh, I guess I can go that way. Yeah, I haven't really been watching much. I mean, I've been watching streams and stuff, but like nothing notable. Like the only thing is I can ever think of are Germa streams, because like I don't know, Germa's like I think I was telling Honda this when he was over a couple weeks or a few weeks ago. But I was like, the only, like, Germa's kind of like the only person that, like, when they stream, I literally stop whatever I'm doing to watch the stream. Everyone else I'll have on in the background or whatever. I mean, I'll put Germa streams on in the background too, but, like, I literally, like, make sure I'm there for the Germa stream. Like, even if I'm at work and it starts, I'm like, alright, 4 p.m. he's starting the stream. I'm going to pull it up on my phone or pull it up on my monitor and watch it, and then, like, listen to it on my drive home, and then when I get home, watch the rest of it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, whatever. I don't know. I think he streamed sometime last week, and it was just it was a pretty short stream. It was he's playing what's that? It's the new, like, Vampire Survivors kind of game. I don't know if anyone else is, if it's like as popular, but it was kind of like flavor of the week for a second.
I think we could slide down that thing.
Excuse me.
Oh, a container.
Oh, they marked the nectarines. Nice. Wait, also, he said a container. Where? I see. No, dude. Are you kidding? Well, what do I do now? I'm surprised I didn't just fall all the way off. I'm too scared to, like, walk any more to the right. Dude, there's nowhere to go. I wonder where it's gonna send me. I didn't... What's the map button? Oh, that's not too far. Let me go to the other side, see if there's anything. But whatever, he's playing whatever that Vampire Survivors like is. And then he opened up TF2 boxes. Everyone just keeps appearing in front of me and walking right off. I think Tyon's doomed to fall forever.
Did I read things wrong?
Oh, he landed somewhere. Oh, he landed down. Oh, wait. Oh, dude, I'm so good.
From this.
Over yet.
How did I do that?
I thought I was unstoppable.
Anyway, he opened, like, some TF2 boxes, and it was very underwhelming. I was like, he didn't really make a big deal out of it, but I was thinking, I thought he was gonna open up way more. But he only had like 40 or something like that, which is like a good chunk or whatever, but still, like, he got through them pretty quick, and it was like, oh, I guess the stream's over now.
Is that?
Anyway, how did I, or can I even see? Maybe if I highlight the quest, because that one thing had an icon on it, but I wanted to see if they all show up on the map if I do this, because that'll make it really easy. I guess not, unless there's only one on the map and it's the one that I picked up earlier. I feel like I gotta sneeze again.
I know, what's that? I think we could slide down that thing.
She wasn't even looking at it. She tricked me. Also, how do I get to this container?
Oh, a container.
Is it above me? There's one of those nectarines, I think.
I know, what's that? I think we could slide down that thing.
She already said that. I have to get up there and slide down. But how do I get up there?
Is that?
This reminds me of Nier Automata. I mean, it's not like Nier's the only place that's done city taken back by
We'll take
nature,
this
but
down.
the building shapes and stuff like that kind of remind me of it.
Woohoo! This gets the blood pumping, eh? We've so got to do that again. We fought Kavesi here. Many of my friends fell.
Stop riding those rails. What's up, Egotist O2? How are you? Oh. I don't know if this is main quest. Oh, this might be the off-scene thing. Good. I'm good. Sorry, I keep I've muted and accidentally unmuted, or well, went to unmute and accidentally remuted. Have you played this game before? Oh, it's your favorite area? Okay, I was gonna say, have you played this game before? Obviously now. It's kind of cool, but like, in my head, I'm like, I would be terrified to live here because, like, Juniper was saying, I think she said, or they said, a lot of my friends fell here, and I know she meant like they died in battle or whatever. But with the way the ropes are everywhere, it's like, what if they fell off? Like literally fell. But yeah, I'd be terrified to like have to ride those ropes all the time. But like I was saying, I was just talking about it too. It reminds me of Nier Automata, like parts of Nier Automata that are like, oh, it's like the rundown city or like, you know, town that's being reclaimed by nature. Let's smack their behinds. Juniper, my beloved. As a DLC, yeah, I have about the expansion pass or whatever. But I have or I did. What's her name? I was gonna say Poppy, the Poppy like Eno. I did Eno's thing. But I haven't done the other girl. This one. Because I'm not in chapter 5 yet. And I haven't really done any of the Nopon Archsage stuff because I don't like the challenges. I've played 1 and 2 and I've never liked the challenges. Okay, dude. I'm trying to like cycle through the target so I can take the aggro off, but okay. Like everything about but her neck is kind of weird. But I think it's because she's like a weird robot girl. I don't know why I'm not just like comboing the arts. I forgot I could. I forgot I unlocked it. Oh. Let's begin.
Please.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna happen automatically.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you finished this game? Taking off auto link when it becomes possible? It might be already. But I don't know. I don't mind it when they auto. Well, I guess it gets annoying. I was actually just complaining about it because then I lose my 1 tank. But I don't know. I've been meaning to reassign everyone's classes and all that stuff because I have too many healers, not enough tanks. Also, the healers I have aren't very healery. But I've just been switching classes to like something that isn't level 10, just so I can level everything up. Planning to do New Game Plus. Power-ups mess up every strat. I haven't been too worried about strats and stuff like that yet. Mostly because I'm like constantly over leveling. Because like I just spent all the experience points. I've been meaning, I haven't done it in a while, but I've been like, I was like, oh man, I'm too high level. I gotta stop just dumping all my experience. Because there's never, like, it's literally just like almost too easy. Like the only time I've died, I think, or the only time I've lost a fight, I think, is against Console J. And that was just because I wasn't. I think it was because I was like breezing through everything. So when I got to him, I wasn't playing it in a way that was like smart. Like I knew what he was doing and I knew why I lost. And I knew it was killing me, but every time he did it, I was just like, whatever, and let him do it again. Most game teams are 3 to 5 healers and DPS for the rest. Jay does smack people. Yeah, it was. I was surprised at like the fact that I lost, and I was so close to winning too. It was very frustrating. I was like, I can't believe I actually lost that. But I was like, I knew what I needed to do. And I still didn't do it when I actually beat him, but I was like, whatever, because it's like the same strat that you use in 1 and 2, where it's like, okay, the boss is about to do their big thing, so now you chain attack, like you use your chain gauge attack to like knock them out of it, or to like eat it. But I was like, I can do that with Jay, and then I didn't, because I was like, whatever, I just like brute force my way through it. Sounds best off in her starting class when you get endgame. Ogre's such a strong. That's what I like it. I like whenever I need DPS and they haven't, like, I'm like looking at another character because they're level 10 on something, so I'm like switching them and I'm like, oh, let me make them an attacker. If they haven't leveled Ogre, I put them on Ogre. Juniper reminds me of somebody, and I can't, like, I keep thinking like someone from Final Fantasy 14, and I literally cannot think of who. I guess she just reminds me of regular cat girls. Like her animations or whatever.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Everyone else can be pretty much anything. Son of Ogre is probably the only thing most players do.
Oh, so that's
Well,
how they're doing.
maybe when I get everything to level 10. I mean, I probably would. Like, I think once... Well, I don't even know if I'll get everything to level 10.
How about here?
But... I mean, maybe I keep her as a Yumsmith because I like her wearing the little hat. It's cute. Noah and Tyon had the best mix of offense stats. If you want a metagame. By like 100 attack late game. I mean, that's when I would start, like when I get to the later game, or maybe like midway through. I don't know. I guess it depends. I guess I'm like halfway through. I don't even know if I'm halfway through.
What's that?
I'm in chapter 4. I know there's 7 chapters, or I think there's 7 chapters. But wait, did I go backwards? Or no, I went. I don't know if there's anywhere else I could have gone from down here. Hold on. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't know. Like if I get tired of switching classes, cause like I was saying, I just switch when they max out a class. Like when they hit level 10, I switch to something new to level something else. But sometimes I'm just like, man, I hate this class, cause like they're just dying, or it doesn't fit right now, so I need to switch to something else. And then oh, I guess there was nowhere else to go. Sorry, my ear was itching. When you get your Yum Smith. Oh, you're right. And that's what I was gonna say. Is like, I like Senna's, her ogre outfit. And so I was gonna say maybe I switch to ogre so she wears the outfit. But then I was like, that's why I was like, no, I like the Yum Smith hat, but I could just wear that whenever, once I get it to 10. It's one of the worst classes. That's fine. We just need the hat. Mainly for the arts you can give to other classes. Okay. Of course the Naupons get the worst class. They had to balance it somehow. I don't know how you feel about Naupons, but I liked Ricky in 1, and then I hated like all Naupons in 2, including Tora. Well, I guess I hated them starting in Future Connected, the like expansion for 1. Cause Nene and what was his name? Her brother, whatever his name was. They were really annoying. Oh, we're still talking. And then in 2, yeah, Tora, and then all the other one. Favorite characters, Manana? Okay, I like her a lot. And that's where I was going. It's like, I liked Ricky and Naupons in 1, and then I hated them in 2. And now I like them again in 3. Because Riku and Manana, or Manana. I'm sure it's Manana if you pronounce it in American English. Manana, like banana in British English. Dude, he's going. But Riku and Manana are like, extremely cute.
It appears we can pass through here.
And fun, rather than being cringy and annoying. Cause that's kind of like So in 1, Naupons were just like, kind of like they were cute and kind of annoying, but they were like funny. And then in 2, they were just like cringy and annoying, like, and all the stuff with, like Banna and all that stuff, dude. Like, man, like some of that stuff was fun and silly, but I didn't realize these guys were level 60. What if I do this? And then this. Okay, don't do that. Nice. Oh wait, I just want to slide on this, right? No, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
And off we go.
Oh, your only Xenoblade is 3. Oh, you should play 1 and 2. 1's really good. 2 is really good. But 2 is also very, like, I don't. It depends on your tolerance for anime tropes. Cause there's plenty of cringe in there. But 1 is very like straightforward, standard kind of. Wait, how do I get that? Oh wait, maybe I have to be on this lower part. 1 is kind of like more straightforward anime stuff. Oh, it's like stuck in the ground. But 2 is very like
night descends upon us.
shonen tropey anime. Now I gotta go back up. What did I? Oh wait. Oh okay, no, we're fine. Whatever. I got the barrel thing. container. Don't have a Wii U? They're on Switch. So if you played 3, 1 and 2 are on Switch. Well, 2 came out on Switch, but 1 they remastered for the Switch. Unless you want to play them like the original releases or whatever.
Could that be a path?
Or
Hey,
original release.
That looks like a way forward.
Wait a second. How do I... Maybe I can come around this way. I have to be able to come around that way. But yeah, you got the good Naupons. I mean, if you would have played 1, Naupons would have been good there too, but 2 is definitely like
Assume they're pushovers.
Try not to waste too much.
Naupons at their worst.
No level up.
This'll keep you going.
Enemies broken away from me.
Quest gives horrible directions. I feel like, yeah, that's like a thing that's been in all the games, like quest tracking and stuff like that. This game has been the best about it because they do have like the little like line, even though I never use it. For the first 2 games, kind of do the same thing of like, oh, we're gonna put the marker here, and you can see it, but you don't know how you're actually supposed to get there. But this game gives you the option of following a line. Cause I remember in 1 or 2, one of them I was like, I was like, how do I wish they had like a thing that shows you a path so you don't, cause there's like a lot of like elevation and like levels to places, so you get stuck.
Looks like there's an ethosphere nearby.
You get stuck because you're like standing, you're like, dude, it's like right here on the map, and then you look up and down and you're like, dude, I can't tell if it's above me or below me.
Could that be a path?
Why does she keep saying that? Is it this thing?
Hey, that looks like a way forward.
Oh, she did this earlier. But I ignored it. Most quests are okay. Yeah, I haven't run into the issue too much. Oh, that's the other thing, is like, if you didn't play 1 and 2, you kind of miss out. I guess like, you're not missing out on like, well, kind of missing out on lore, because there's so much stuff. Like when I first started this game, I was like, wait a second, those are the the face mechons from 1, and that's, you know, those are the Titans from 2. Because a lot of like this, I don't know, like, what I suspect is the worlds of 1 and 2 have combined, or were always combined, but now they're like, this game is like the 2 of them combined. Jumping into this person was very confusing. Yeah. I'm sure it's still like fine on its own, but you're missing out on a lot of stuff. Because like I was saying, like when I started this, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, because the way 2 ends, I guess I don't want to really spoil it, but starting this, I was like, oh, then the way 2 ends must have been 1. Like they combined. The worlds combined. Not even that they combined, but like, oh, like they're explaining that kind of stuff. And then like, yeah, playing this, I was like, wait, that's Gar Plains, and then there's, you know, a Titan over there. That's Uriah, and it's just like, wait a second, it is. And then it's like, wow, I wonder if they like talk about like how much time has passed or anything, because Nia and Melia are from 1 and 2. Nia's from 2 and Melia's from 1. And I know it's them just because like I've seen the trailers and I know the characters from those 2 games, even though I haven't even met them in game yet. But that's the other thing, is like, wait, my wives are back. Oh, the game system's not being explained to you. That never is. Like 1 and 2 are awful about that too. Rex dual wielding his wives in the DLC. That's okay. So that's actually one of the things I complain about with 2 all the time now, is because I like 2 a lot, and I liked I liked the story. I didn't like Rex that much, but when I got to the end of the game and I finished it, I was like, I enjoyed it and I was happy with it. And then the post-credit stuff happened, and I was like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I was like, wait a second. Like at the time, I was like, thank God. Like I'm glad they survived and they came back. You know, Pyra and Mithra. And then like I thought about it more, and I was like, wait a second. That's stupid. That doesn't make sense. And I like got more and more annoying. Much better as an adult, hopefully. He looks cooler because that's one of the things I hated about Rex was his stupid outfit. And like, because there's okay, I don't know how much you know about 2 and 2 story, but Rex has his outfit and he looks dumb. He's like a little boy with boy shorts, and it looks really stupid. And then later on, he gets an outfit change and it looks really cool. Until you realize it, he still has the boy shorts and he still looks like a dork. And you're like, wait a second. They gave him the super sick outfit, but they left all the stupid stuff about his last outfit in. Anyway, this is a Metcon. That's like what made me think about that whole, or bring all that up. Oh, it's another quest. Dorky brat kid getting a bunch of wives. Yeah, it's not fair. It's actually not fair. I don't know. I'm sure you've seen the infamous scene where Nia confesses to him, and he's like, "I love you too, and all you guys." It's so stupid. I don't know what they're like. That's what I was saying. Like, there's so much just like anime tropey kind of cringe stuff. That was so unnecessary. Like, I know what it, like, why it's there. Go away, no, I'm doing it. But at the same time, it's like, did they have to make him like friend zone her like that in such a serious moment? Like, I don't know. Real dumb. Game's still fun, and most of the story, like it's mostly good. It's just like there's like some cringy stuff here and there, but it's like very like most of the stuff with Tora and most of the stuff with Napans is like lame. Poppy is cute. I like Poppy a lot, and I hated that. Like, it's like because I like Poppy, and I hated that she was stuck with Tora. I guess I'll just do this now. Endgame photo of him with and 3 kids. Yeah, like I saw that. I had that spoiled for me before I had even played 1 or 2. And I was just like, how did he do it? When chosen increases damage ratio by 50%. Oh, damage ratio, not tactical points. Never mind. I should save her for last then. But yeah, like seeing that, it's like, okay, I already know he gets all the girls, but it's like such a, like I was saying, it's like anime tropey, like harem. Like you play the game and it doesn't feel like a harem thing, and then they literally go with the harem ending, and it's kind of out of nowhere, like, or not out of nowhere, but like undeserved. Like Rex isn't, like, he looks like a Chad now, but he's not. Like in the game, he's like this, like I was saying, he's just like a little kid. He's literally like a little kid. He's like 16 years old or something, and everyone else is like Pyra and Mithra are like hundreds of years old. Nia is like, I don't know, like at least 100 or something. Wait, did I not? Oh, I was like, did I not hit 100? I'm pretty sure I hit 100. Juniper's a weird hero on a weird class. Do I know how chains work? Yes, I think, unless there's something they don't explain that you're about to explain, hopefully. Class 7 mechanics. Do you mean like the... Hold on. Oh, that was the quest completed. You mean like attackers getting bonuses for going first, tanks
Keves and Agnes are both fully mobilized.
like
Pick them off
refunding
one at a time.
a person, and then healers capping out at 99? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, defenders come from the highest. Oh, highest TP back. I didn't know that. I knew they. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know it was like the highest TP. I just thought it was. I thought it was random. They don't explain anything in these games.
I wonder what's around here.
Matching class with the chain order gives a bonus too. I don't know if I knew that. Or I don't think I knew that because I've never actually tried to match them. I literally just pick
Let's harvest some ether.
to try and get to 100 and maybe pick a person like the chain order or whatever. I try to make sure like it's the pairs so we get the Ouroboros at the end. Heroes don't spend part of your chain wheel when used, allowing for longer chains. Okay, see, they don't explain that either. Or maybe they do and I've just glossed over it or something. Because I always wondered why, like,
What I
sometimes
think it is.
I could do 3 and sometimes I could do 4. And it must have been when I was picking the hero. But they don't explain that. Or I don't remember them explaining that. Because I feel like I would have remembered that. Like, I would have known. I would have figured that out. I would have been like, oh, right, we get 4 because
We'll
I
take this
picked
down.
the hero this time.
We found rain.
This guy's just meditating. You can go to a 5 oh, right. That's if you do. Excuse me. Jeez, that was gross. It's one of those burps. I mean, I guess every burp you taste what you eat for dinner or whatever, but I had pancakes, or no, waffles. These like protein waffles with, they were called, it was the flavor strawberry cheesecake. It did not taste like strawberry cheesecakes. It tastes like protein waffles with strawberries in them. Here with an extra chain as an effect. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say like if you do like a hero and then like someone and then someone else and then someone who pairs with one of those two, and then you would get one more for an Ouroboros combo. But I guess you would run out at that point. Looks like the hunter got himself hunted. Dumb. Monster hunting. Okay, yeah, that's the 4. Rest, that's an order. Oh, these are big feet. I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know. At my job, they literally, like, I did a tiny bit of work one time. So I do IT. I'm an IT. I am a technical support analyst. I'm just an IT guy. I do IT at my job. I run the help desk and a bunch of other stuff. But my hours are from 8 to 5, and that's it. And I answered an email after work, and I didn't get in trouble for it, but they made a big deal out of it. They're like, hey, don't do that. Like, don't work outside of hours. And I was like, bro, I literally just, it was 2 minutes. Like, I didn't clock in or anything. Like, what's the big deal? And they're like, just don't, when you're not working, don't work. So it was just like, they're literally telling me like, hey dude, take a break. When it's not time to work, don't work. Don't do that's a horrible habit. Yeah, I know. And like I haven't done it since, but I didn't do it before. I hadn't done it before, and I haven't done it since, because like it was just like something so simple, so easy. Like the guy sent an email saying like, "Hey, I can't log in," and he sent a screenshot of what he was logging in with, and I was like, "Oh, just type this instead." Like he had the wrong username, so I told him, I just like use this as your username, and he's like, "It worked, thanks." And then that was it. I literally didn't reply after that, and I didn't. Like, it was literally like 2 minutes just to write an email. And it was only 2 minutes because I had to rewrite the email because I was sending it from the wrong account at first. But they lost their mind over it. They were like my supervisor called this contractor I work with and was like, "Did you know he did that?" And the contractor was like, "Okay." And then the contractor talked to me. He's like, "Did you do that?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you clock in?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Then I don't get what the big deal." Like, he was like, "I don't know what the big deal is, but you shouldn't do that." But if you didn't clock in, then yeah, it's not a big deal. But like, just don't do it anymore. Like, your time off is your time off. Don't work when you're not supposed to be working. And I was like, yeah, but it wasn't like nobody. Like, so I replied to the email like immediately, and then my supervisor like replied like an hour and a half later, like, "Hey, did you ever get that fixed?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, Rigo. My name's Rigo." He's like, "Rigo helped me." And then that's like what made it a big deal, was like she found out from that. From him saying that I helped him out, and I was like, and that was my argument was like, if I didn't do it, he would have been sitting there for an hour and a half, unable to work. Like, what, like, what's the big deal? Why are you getting mad that I didn't even clock in? But cover the guy that stayed over shift to make sure the next shift started smoothly, and couldn't walk all day. 100 from the company for looking out for me. That's the thing is, like, this place is so, like, it's such a nice environment. Everyone's so cool, and everyone's like taking care of everyone. Like, there's like a kind of a bit of a drama thing going on right now with one of the workers who he's having like he has like health issues. Like, he's been out on sick leave for like a long time, and they're trying to figure out what to do with him now, because they're like he can't work, and so they're like, dude, how long? Like, they're trying to figure out like if they should let him go or keep him, but at the same time, like the HR department is like, no, like if we're not paying him, like if he's not working, we don't have to pay him, so we don't have to fire him. We can like still keep him on until he's good to go. And like, but like the other more business-minded people are like, well, if like there's no reason to like keep him around if he's, is he coming back or not? And it's like just such a like yeah, like tough decision to make. And so, but like when I heard that the HR department was like defending him, I was like, wow, that's like surprising, because I feel like everywhere else, like whenever you hear about HR departments and like, the needs of the people versus like the needs of the employees versus the company, they always put the company first. But this HR department is literally like, no, we gotta take care of this guy. But yeah, like this environment is so like nice. And like being an IT guy, they make my job pretty easy too at the same time, because like it's not that they're tech savvy or anything, but they're just not stupid. So like a lot of stuff that I would expect to see or expect to happen doesn't happen, because they're not stupid. Like they don't fall for phishing scams and stuff like that. And they'll literally call me or send me the email like, "Hey, does this look legit to you?" And I'm just always like, "Were you expecting it?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Then no." Preventing someone else from getting hired and leaving a vacuum of work that needs to be done. If it doesn't, then no harm. And actually, I took his job basically, because he was the help desk guy before me. And then he went on medical leave, and they're like, they need a new guy, and so I came in. And I've talked to him and I've met him, and he's not that good at the job. That scared me. Thank you, egotist. You got the cute rose in me. That scared me. I was like, who's yelling? Like, we got this nice little music going on. It's all quiet. But what was I saying? I took his job. I didn't like take his job. Like he still does some work here and there. Like a couple weeks ago, okay. Oh, that's what I was saying is he's not that good at the job. And like I found out because he was the help desk before me, and he's a good guy, but he's just not good at the job. Like he's not experienced. But when I came in, I didn't know that, and he was working on something with our like service desk thing, like our ticket kind of system, and he like broke a bunch of stuff, and I was like I got a phone call from my cousin who works there as well. So like my mom works here, like me. My mom is general counsel. She's a lawyer at this place. And my cousin's in accounting, and I'm at the help desk. I'm the IT. Like I'm at the help desk, but like I was saying, I do help desk stuff, and I do a ton more than that. They're trying to train me up to like be like the IT manager and all that, and like it's fine. Like I'll do it as long as they increase my pay. But like my cousin called me and was like, hey, the service desk thing looks all weird and I can't get it to go back to normal. And I was like, okay, let me take a look. And I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna call a contractor and figure it out. Oh wait, break topple launch, is it, but don't you have to daze first, or is that a different chain? I know there's two different chains. No wait, break topple launch smash, because that's in 2. And then daze, it's like daze and then something else. Daze was in 1, but whatever comes after daze wasn't in 1. Daze is after topple. Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah, break topple, daze. But so 1 has break topple daze, and that's the only chain. Then 2 has break topple launch smash burst. Right, that's new to this game. That wasn't in 1. But what was I saying? Oh, whatever. My cousin was like, hey, this thing, like, you know, this page is broken. And I was like, that's weird. Let me call the contractor. And then I went to call the contractor and he didn't answer. And I was like, okay, well, let me look into it some more. And then I was like, wait a minute. That guy, I know he's working on something in this. And so I called him and I was like, hey, what are you doing over there? And he's like, I'm doing this. And I was like, stop. And he's like, okay. And then I called the contractor, or the contractor called me, and I was like, hey, this is what's happening. And I figured it out and I know what it is. And so like we worked through it and like kind of like reset everything back to where it was, and that fixed everything. But I was like, what was this guy doing? Like literally, like his instructions were to like, you know, change specific people's roles, but he changed everybody's roles to like the most basic thing, except for the admins, which was lucky. But it was like, it like, I don't know. I was just like, man. Because at first I thought he was giving bad instructions because my supervisor told him to do it. But then she said, she's like, no, I told him to specifically just change the people who have, like, basically there's people who are requesters. But we used to have a, like, state requester. So, like, you would have, like, CA in front of your requester if you're California, NV if you're Nevada, TX if you're Texas or whatever. And so she said, if anyone has one of those, just change them to requester. But he went down the entire list of everyone and changed everyone to a requester, which like broke it for a bunch of people, mostly the people in accounting. And so I had to go back in and like put them back as like, I don't remember what they were, but I had to fix their roles. But anyway, I was like, how did he mess that up? And then also like talking to him in like another instance, it was like something to do with his account. Like he couldn't log into something. And I had to reset his password for one thing, but then there was like something this week, I think, or no, last week, like earlier in last week, he didn't know what his account was for like one of the like admin things we use. And I was like, it's literally like one of two things. And that's for me. Like I have two accounts. I have my normal account, my admin account. He only has an admin account. So I was just like, dude, like type this in. And he's like, oh, thanks, it worked. And I was like, how did, like, he hasn't done the work so much that he forgot his own account. But also like, I feel like you can find that information easily if you don't know the, like your username. Anyway, but there's just like, I don't know. And then I've heard stories about him from my supervisor and the contractor where they're like, yeah, he's pretty like new to the job. like he's green. And I was just like, wait, you guys hired like a new guy, like a green guy, to be the only help desk person, but okay. But now I'm here to save the day, and I am saving the day. Launch gives huge bonuses. Used before a chain, you can basically kill anything. Don't they fall down in the middle of a chain? Oh, maybe not. Well, in 2, that's how it was. Like, okay, so they don't. So in 2, unless I'm misremembering, but in 2, if you chain attack, when something's launched, like, time still passes, and it'll eventually fall down to the ground in the middle of the chain attack. They stay spinning, and it's hilarious. Well, that's cool. I haven't really been focusing on doing, like, the, what do they call it? Something combo. I can't remember. I can't remember. In 2, they had like 2 different combos. They had like the break, topple, launch, smash combo, and it had like a name. And then they had like arts combos, and then like I think they had 3 combos. Well, I think then the last one is like chain combo or something. I can't remember what it's called. I don't remember what I was saying. Dude, so this is what I was talking about. Like, you said Manon is your favorite character. She's like, her and Riku are so good compared to 2. It's like 1 Naupons are good. Ricky's like your party Naupon. He's really good. He's like so, like, he's cute and cool. And then in 2, they're lame. And this one, they go back to being like 1. And in this one, Riku is like the cool one, and Manana is the cute one. So they basically split Ricky up into 2 separate characters. And Manana's great because she's like the cute Naupon without being obnoxious and annoying. She's innocent. It's cute.
I'm curious to see what tactics you have in place surrounded by so much nature.
What say we go hunting together? I'm fairly well versed in that.
Okay.
I'm getting peckish. Do we have any snacks?
I know I got something.
Everyone, a moment of your time?
I'm gonna save. I'm gonna call it here for tonight. Cause I need to get to sleep. I gotta work.
We have to keep track of our progress.
And I know if I rest, we're gonna get like 100 million cutscenes. So that's it for tonight. I might be back tomorrow. We'll see. Like I was saying earlier on, me and my brothers are playing Baldur's Gate 3, and so, excuse me, if I play with them, then I won't be streaming. But if we don't play tomorrow, I'll stream, but I don't know if it'll be this or if it'll be Baldur's Gate 3. It'll probably be this because I feel like I didn't progress very much at all tonight. Like, we did a bunch of like the Colony Tau stuff, I guess, like picked up the side quests and did a couple of them. But I feel like that wasn't that much progress in 3 hours. For 3 hours. Anyway, I'll be back. I was gonna say tomorrow. I'll be back. Like I said, I don't know. Whichever days I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3 with my brothers, I'll be streaming. Or if we, even if like, I guess if we play early enough and finish early enough, I might stream the rest of the night. We'll see. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, or time it is for you. Goodbye.